Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 467 of 10 o'clock. My, that number, it just keeps going up and up and up, and nothing ever seems to change. We just keep doing it, but that's what we're here to do. And so, I am MDRLOz. This is Xeno, and we are once again going to talk to you for about an hour or 2 hours about Warframe. That game with frames. In my opinion, not very much war, but we see. So, we begin every week, as we begin every week. We're looking at some emblems.
That's not my emblem.
Is it my emblem again?
That's no, that's your emblem, right?
Yeah.
But my emblem, that's not the what. Oh, for fuck's sake! I did it again. I saved it on yours, and then as a result, when I saved yours,
are we starting again?
No,
or you gonna pause?
It's there.
What happened to professionalism here?
Screw professionalism. I'm not wearing a hat.
You're not. It's true.
No hat, no professionalism.
For some reason, the arm that's holding your thing seems to be coming from above you, but that's fine.
It can. Are you trying to tell me it can't? Are you
armist? It just feels like there's a giant robot that's just kneeling down to hold it down to you.
What, the Blue Yeti?
Yeah. It's the arm that does it. Oh well, okay, yeah, we don't have standards, sorry. So anyway, on the screen you'll see two emblems. No matter how amazing my emblem, even if it was good, it's kind of meh, would have been. Xeno's wins simply because it doesn't have somebody's horrific armbands. I don't even know where they're from or what they're from, but there's just whoever did that in DE.
I guess you
will have.
I guess you.
Yes.
I guess you.
I guess you. You'll be walking down the street trying to get a drink. It's a hot day. You'd be so parched. Don't you say there's the corner shop? I can buy a drink there. You go in. And they say, no. We sold out. I guess you.
Yep.
It's a joke from a funny British little show. Anyway, but leave them up.
Okay.
Thank you. If you would like at home to win 75 Plat? I think it's 75 Plat. I haven't changed it since last week's image. Just have it up. If you would like to win 70... Okay, do you have to... I thought it overlaid.
No, it's too late now. It's there now.
That's how I feel. Look at these emblems. So yes, if you at home would like to win 75 Plat, do go into the description of this video where you will find a link to a Google page. That page has these emblems. Please tick which one you think is the winner, and then fill in the rest of the page. This includes things such as what platform you would wish to win the platinum on, and also your in-game alias. Now you might say, why are you saying that so slowly? It's because people keep getting it wrong, and we keep getting winners who get it wrong. And if that happens, the plat goes to no one. So everyone loses out. In fact, the plat goes unto the void. And only Nefanya wins. And that's bad. So please make sure you get your in-game alias and platform right. We give out 4 different...
Yeah, one for each platform.
One for each platform. One for PC, one for PlayStation, one for Xbox, and one for the Switch. At some point soon, hopefully, maybe it'll be 5. We'll give it to mobile as well.
Mobile? No one's going to play on mobile.
Well, we've got some cool stuff happening at the moment, so, yeah, we'll get to talk about it. I think they will. Maybe they will. Who knows? But anyway.
We'll never know.
So, all that goes away, please. Thank you. And now we move on to the next section of the show, which is the Dojo Dusting. The dusting of one's dojo.
So, you may have noticed, you can see the top of my head. In the manic rush of trying to leave on time to catch my train, FYI, I didn't because I was held up by a work emergency. And if my colleague hears this, yes, I'm still throwing you under the bus because I missed that train. I had to catch 3 trains to get home. I was very upset. Unfortunately, I forgot to wear my hat.
Where's the professionalism?
I'm missing my hat.
In radio broadcast, one must have certain standards.
I was really upset. It took me 5 hours to get back to Cardiff. 5 hours.
Throw one's friends under.
It's a 3-hour train ride. It took me 5 hours.
Such things, and actually gives people the dusting of the dojo instead of you complaining at your work, Matt.
Let's give right. So the weekend of, I believe it's the 26th or the 28th of January, Loz and I will be doing a charity stream. For we have organised this, haven't we, Loz?
What? When?
Oh my God. I believe it's the... I'll bring it up now. Nope, wrong way. It's the 28th of... Saturday the 28th of January. We'll be doing a 24-hour charity stream.
So I should book the 30th off, shouldn't I?
Yes. I too should do that so we can recover. And unless things radically change, we'll be doing 24 hours of Elden Ring. So this was a vote on Twitter. 62 people voted, not just 5. And, yep, weirdly enough, 24 hours on Deimos was the least voted for. So, not even people want us to suffer. So, yeah.
Well, I'm sure in Elden Ring we will suffer in a different way. I mean, I'm just going to quickly load my Steam to see how much. I've played Dark Souls 1 for a small amount of time. I'm just going to quickly get that number, and then that's it. I've never played. I like the idea of them, but I've never played a Dark Souls game.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure I'll suck heavily at them.
I'm just going to see how much I've played. So apparently, I have played 78.2 hours total.
Of Elden Ring?
Yes, of Elden Ring.
Okay. Have you finished the game?
No.
Okay.
No. I can't remember what basically dragged us away, but I think it was a case of replaying chunks of it, and it just got a bit messy, and yeah. Yep. But 24 hours of Elden Ring. I did actually propose this to Nazeth, and I'm wondering how Loz would react. What about another charity stream of 24 hours on Raft? I mean, we'd definitely complete the story in that time. But 24 hours of Raft.
I think we'd go insane and run out of things to do, to be honest. Raft is fun, but I think with such focus, we'd get so much done so quickly.
But is that not part of the conundrum? Is not going insane, not trying to kill each other, not trying to push each other off of the raft, and just drowning each other?
Well, I think I'd once again try and escape, which would be hilarious. But no, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that, because we've already played it so much is the problem.
That is true.
It's not. It's not like, I mean, Warframe, you can just sort of go into mindless mode, whereas the Raft, you do, but I think 24 hours, that's a long time. Like 12 hours, but I don't think 12 out of 24 would do. I think we go insane. Anyway, I just checked. I've only played 3.6 hours of Dark Souls 1. That's it. That's all I've played. So I am a complete noob at this, and I don't know how much Naz's played. You've played a fair bit of Elden Ring, at least.
Nazeth has played a lot more Souls games than I have. A lot.
Right, there we go. So we've got the long-term fan, the fan of this game, and the... Why am I dying so much?
Right, okay. And you'll be... Will you? There's a question.
What is that horsey coming towards me?
Will
I
you...
think that's that character.
Will you go in completely blind? Or...
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Right.
Oh, yes.
Right, okay.
I'm not going to prep for this at all. I will not. I don't want to cheapen it. That'll be horrible. But I'm going to go completely blind.
I think that would be good, because then we can be like, no, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this. No, Loz, no, Loz, that way. Yep. Right. So that.
However,
yeah.
I know I've already been partly spoiled on that I should not hug people.
Oh yeah, everyone's had that spoiled for them.
Yeah, okay, good. Clever idea though. Such a beautiful idea.
It was. Yeah. So
for those first players, it must have been amazing. That first thing of that must have been on the lines of second dream level, like mine kind of thing.
Yeah. Right.
Anyway, that's coming for the future. But let's move on.
Right. So let's move on to the war report.
So just to point out, we may do. There's still, what was it? There's Deimos,
Zariman,
Zariman. And well, if once we do the Dark Souls one, I do want to put a fourth on that. Is if people want us to do one of the others again.
What do you mean?
Fortune, Plains, or
Sure. Sure.
Who might want to... Maybe we can save Valis for when when the third Orb Mother comes out. There we go. That's a promise. We'll do a third. We'll do 24 hours on the planes when the third orb mother comes out again.
On Valis, yeah.
Because we did get bugged on it because of the remember.
It was the day one, and yeah, which it was
login. Yeah, if only we waited for them to remove all login, and we would.
Well, the thing is, we'd planned the charity event like well in advance.
No, I meant the bug that happened on our 24-hour run.
Yeah, I know.
But and the only issue was
as in we didn't actually do the actual.
Somebody. No. The issue was somebody was logging either out of our team or into our team when we progressed through the door. That's what did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the door wouldn't open again.
That was we were bugged out.
Right. Okay. So moving on to the war report.
The only point, because I assume most of it's going to be covered in the
topic
DevStream topic thing. So the only point I do want to identify specifically for the war report for Warframe news is the $20,000 that has been raised for Movember. Which of a Movember charity, or through November for a Movember charity, which I just want to highlight is amazing. Because it covers things like the charity they've chosen. I'm gonna get it up because I want to read it out. I want to get this right. Where's latest news? Now I'm not being professional. Sad of me. So, in support of men's health, Digital Extremes is excited to announce a $20,000 donation to the Movember charity. A charity, it wasn't made by fans. I thought it was fans over. And $20,000 to a Movember Foundation, a charity that works tirelessly to transform and improve the way health services can reach and support men, taking on suicide prevention, prostate and testicular cancer, and more. So I just point that out. It's lovely.
Yeah,
absolutely lovely.
Really good. I mean, heck, if I'm not particularly sold on any one specific charity for our charity stream, but if there's any recommendations that people would like to see, feel free to leave them in the comments. I don't know if you have one.
I don't mind. Yeah. We're not going to get into my views on most charities.
No, I get that. Right.
I want to save the donkeys. The donkeys always need saving.
In addition, we have also had the release of Lua's Prey.
That's kind of in the dev stream, but
I know it's kind of in the dev stream, but that it has actually been released. And I think that's about it. I don't think there's been any other.
If you're going to point those things out, then we've also got the fact that the next Prime Access has been announced and coming up.
Yeah.
Which is going to be...
Is it Baruch?
It is Baruch Prime.
Yep.
Who is coming along with the Cobra and Kane Prime and the Afuris Prime.
They did say a date, didn't they?
Yes, it's starting December 14th, so it'll be just over a week from when this comes out.
Yep. Right.
And also, we have Prime Resurgence of Oberon and Avara.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yep.
Right. Anything else?
Those. Oh, and Nora's Mix Volume 3.
Yep.
So that's now active and live as well. And that's kind of it. Yeah. There's... if we're just talking about news, there's only the little thing out there about the fact they've enabled cross-platform play.
Oh, what, across everything?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that one.
As of today, they've literally enabled it today. Reb put out like a tweet and everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is like one of the big landmarks we've always walked towards with Warframe. And there is a cross-platform play Captura contest, which check out if you go to Warframe's main website. You can do it. Share a squad-based Captura screenshot that includes yourself and your friends from other platforms. Each Warframe must be framed using platform-specific colors: Xbox green, PlayStation blue, Nintendo Switch red, PC black. And you can win 500 platinum.
Black!
Each winners, so yeah. Put it on Twitter. Yeah. Black. Yeah, we're black. Don't be a bigot.
Whoa! No.
I would have said, if I was to be mean, I would have said that the PC player had to use default colors only.
No. If I was PC, I would like, RGB crap, like, just bright neon colors, because apparently PC players love to have LED RGB crap all over their kits and things. You have to have 255. Oh, dude.
No. You mean? Oh, sorry. You mean for the actual PC, not in Warframe?
Oh, yes, yeah. For their PCs.
Oh, come on. That's not RGB. Is not a color to represent PC. That doesn't make sense.
No, just neon colors, just 255 colors. You know. Anyway.
Anyway, if you want to win 500 platinum, do check out on the Warframe website the information of the cross-platform play capture contest.
Let's put a link in the
500 platinum. Oh, is link? Okay, I'll put the link in the doc because you forget these all the time.
I always forget these things.
Yep, let's just make sure it's in the doc below the memes.
What are you putting in the doc below the memes?
The link.
What link?
To the Warframe cross-platform play capture contest.
Well, there's a capture cross-play platinum contest?
Indeed, there is.
Wow. We should put a link in the description below.
By the way, PC have the colour black as their...
That's stupid. Anyway.
Right, well, that's it. Yeah, it's a great milestone. I do want to point out it's a great milestone that Warframe is now cross-platform. That obviously our fifth person, being the mobile player, is yet to come into play. But still, you know, the amount... I don't know. I always got the feeling that the Switch players... I don't know if it was a dying thing or it was a small niche thing, but I remember talking to a friend who I tried to get, he was on Xbox, and one of his complaints was he would try and click on missions, and every time he clicked on a mission, he just felt like there was nobody ever joining his mission. So I'm hoping now, with cross-platform play, it'll enable all players of Warframe to have people in their missions at all times, and we'll just be one great, lovely community giving everyone big hugs.
I mean, one of the greater things about this is...
And knives in the back.
What?
And knives in the back!
All right.
Sorry.
I mean, one great thing about this is, like, if I'm rendering out something that's going to take several hours to render, I could just hop on my... Well, with cross-save, which will come at a later date, I'd be able to just hop onto my Switch and continue playing from there.
Or is it later your phone?
Or, no. No. No, not unless I can get, like, one of those weird controller setups.
Yeah. If they actually did, I would consider getting one of the control steps if it could make it work with Warframe on thing, and that way I could just slide it together, keep that, and it's like, oh, I want to play Warframe on the bus, whip that out, because I'm not playing on a touchscreen. I'm sorry.
No, I completely agree.
With a grip, hells yeah. Hells yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm totally down for that. Anyway, right. Okay, so let's move on. This week, likely only going to be covering the DevStream. Oh, I had to hit the topics button. There's the topics button. So the likelihood is...
DevStream.
But depending on how quickly we go through it, we might do the concept from last week that we didn't get to. Might. Right. So let's get straight into it. We got the DevStream from Monday. Quick question to you. Did you feel that Monday was Friday because there was a DevStream?
This whole week has felt like every day has felt like, wait, wasn't it Friday yesterday? Wait, wasn't it Friday yesterday? And then Thursday was like, it's definitely Friday today, isn't it? And then today I'm like, wait, am I Friday? Where's Friday gone? What is this day? There's my old week's been blur.
Yep. Right. Okay, so DevStream dusting. DevStream opened and closed with the new trailer for Lua's Prey. The trailer featured the remaining Grineer Queen and Queen Wilson. Yep. As she directed her Grineer to Lua to hunt for Varuna. This will be the last DevStream of 2022. Megan, Rebecca, Carrie did a little bit of a look back on the year so far. They have officially been in charge since February, so many of the changes made since then are their fault. Wow. The other members of the couch were away due to COVID-related issues.
Yeah, someone giving other people COVID, aren't you, Xeno?
I'm sorry. A little bit. Right, okay. So, how did you feel about that trailer? Because I know you're quite vocal about it. You have the trailer. Worm Queen.
Oh, no, that's not a trailer. That's an intro. Isn't it the intro to the... I thought it was an intro that's going to play in game, isn't it not?
It does play in game, but it's called a trailer because you go to the actual Avarian and you just play trailer.
Oh, does it? I hated that. I've not had much of a chance to play the game mode yet, but I'm confused. It feels like everything spare put in a puddle, stirred around and thrown at the wall. I don't understand it. and that kind of highlights it. I'm like, okay, this is cool. Worm Queen. Highlighting other one, definitely not gone, but potentially leading to some other thing going on there. Cool. That's nice. This is cool. Where could this lead? Drac comes in. I'm like, wait, what? Where's the guards? Where is he? What's going on here? This is the Grineer Queen. I know one's gone, but still the Grineer Queen. They're still a mass. There's masses of Grineer still. There should always be unlimited amount of Grineer. It doesn't. The whole point of the Grineer is no matter how many we kill, there's more Grineer. In fact, every one Grineer we kill becomes 6 more Grineer. That's how stupid it's supposed to be. So it's like I feel it really quite weak and cheap that they only animated this. We didn't see guards behind the queen or anything. There should have been Kuva guards.
No, we didn't. They are there. They are there. You see them.
They?
Yeah, you see them as the Drac handler walks into the chamber. You see the guards either side, and I'm just like, oh, I don't remember seeing them before.
Oh, I will. Do you?
I promise you. As promises.
He says promises. One.
No, there's 2. There's one either side.
We see one when he's coming in. Oh, that looks like a wall. Yeah. Okay. Fine. They're just there.
Yeah.
They just let this. I don't get it. They let this random Grineer in with a Drac that's being held with just some pathetic-looking cross-link chain.
Mm-hmm.
Not even a collar. Not even like this is like some sort of, if it was wearing the Kuva Drac armor, that'd be fun. So, it looked like this beefed up, super Kuva-esque Drac, and it was like a special one. I mean, this is the Queen's throne room.
Mm-hmm.
Who is this random Drac that is, this random, I don't even remember the name of the handler. Are they called handlers?
I'm saying it.
But who is this random handler that's ever come in? It's such a wasted opportunity where Warframe is desperate in dire need for more characters. I know they don't do anything with the characters they got, but we need a more fleshed out universe. We need to have characters, even if they're just there, a link to it. Where's like the Agent of the Queens? Something like that, a character like that. You could have a dark, mysterious character, make a model for it, stick it. It doesn't have to be used in the next quest, just make a character and have it there. Have it be like, oh, what's that character do? An agent that the last queen will send out on her crazy whims. And so this time he comes in, he starts, dragging this Drac. It could have been a great introduction. Instead, we just get this handler. Like, the hound. It's like you're taking the dog for a walk. And it's like, I was taking the dog for a walk and he wanted to come in and say hi. And so I thought I'd do it. So it's not being the alpha of the situation. You got to lead, not be led. It's being led. It's terrible. Bad handler.
I don't disagree. I kind of feel that...
Oh, I'm not done.
Okay, then.
And then we get the whole thing of, like, she's playing with these cards that are supposed to be the Prex cards, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, we go to Lua. And then I be like, why? And it's like... He looks down at the other cards. The devs told me so. Would be like the answer. Like, why? It's like playing with practice cards. There's no link there. It's just some stupid excuse because it's just. I love this example. I'm sorry. I'm always going to bring it up when. Oh look, we've got Hydroid coming out. Oh look, we finished a boss. We finished Vehek, the boss fight. Oh look, we've got this melee system. Oh look, we've got this new Grineer tile set. Grineer tile set that's going to go in the game. Huh? What should we do when we put this in the game? I know, we'll send people to the new Grineer tile set, we'll make a melee-esque minion for them to fight with their new melee system. Oh, it's a new melee mob designed for you to fight with melee, and then that will drop a nav coordinate that will send you back to the new boss on a completely different planet for some freaking reason, and even though that's not how bosses work in the rest of the game, to fight that boss, and that boss drops the new Warframe.
Sorry, that's not necessarily true, because Mutilus Added V also requires nav coordinates as well.
I think that came later.
No, it was first.
Hydroid came before Mesa, or Mesa came before
Hydroid? I thought. No, you're right. You're right.
Am I?
Yes, you are right.
Cool.
Hydroid came out first.
All right. So this is the first one where it's just like we slap everything together in an order, and then just. Because this is the stuff we made, so we make the patch out of it. And so that's what this feels like. It's just more of that. I don't see for everything else that's going on in the solar system now, all the other things with it, and the Grineer Queen is obviously, it's kind of cool that we've seen the Grineer Queen with a helmet. Beautiful, amazing. So it's like, oh, cool, this is amazing. Like, the Grineer are almost leaderless at the moment. What are they going to do? What's going to happen? Are we going to see other leaders rise up to fill the void or something? No, we're just going to have some dude come in with his dog and be like, my dog don't know what to do, boss. What I got to do with boss? My dog want to go stuff. I throw card. And then the dog smells the card. And like, okay, what's it going to smell of? I don't know, Grineer Queen and card? And then it howls, and then it howls. And then on DevStream, and they were like, oh, we'll howl now. I'm just like, no! That doesn't... And then, okay, so I assume then the Lua mission is going to have some sort of cool situation with us being hunted, maybe, by mad packs of are they Drac? I can't remember what they're called.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're Drac.
They're Drac. Mad packs of them. Just charging us, or there's going to be a situation where you have to like run, because if you stay in the same place, that there'll be a scent trail and they'll be chasing you. You gotta spread your scent around or something. No, you just go there and you kill things. And is it anything to do with the Grineer Queen? I don't know. She just says about sorry, and the Prex card. The Prex card says Varuna, or it's a picture of Varuna or whatever. Yeah, it does say Varuna at the bottom. Like, oh, because you're adding Varuna into the game, so Varuna has to be in. And we're adding a new game mode on Lua, so you gotta go to Lua. And we need somebody to narrate this mission that's different and an enemy. The Grineer Queen's not doing anything. Let's just put her in there. I mean, maybe if this is leading to, I mean, I'm being highly critical. I know I am, but it's just annoying. It's just so it's not because I'm like, oh, this is rubbish. It's because I see the opportunity and I see all these components are close to being something that's like, oh, building, oh, and then it's like, but why didn't you take it one step further? Just make the Drac person make a new Grineer. In fact, just like with the even if it was just like the what are the mobs in what's the title for the mobs in Killer de Therm's arena called? I
know what you're talking about. I can't remember.
But you know how they're made on like a weird modular thing, like the Yeah, make a new one of those. Like, it doesn't have to be. Don't name it. Don't say it. Just have it come in. Give it a voice. Doesn't even have to be the voice actor if you ever use this character again. But it'd be like, oh, that's interesting. Someone unique. Something could mean something. It might not mean anything, but at least it'd be hinting towards something. Instead, just got like, do you see what I mean? It just makes the Grineer seem leaderless. It makes them seem inept.
Do you know what I just realised? I just realised that the Drac handler spoke English. Most common Grineer don't speak English. So part of me feels like it would have been nice if... I mean, I'm trying to think now. Like, I think more and more trailers are actually like, the grunts are speaking in English and things. But it would have been nice if it was like, Grineer and it was just subtitled. Yeah, and that is the small difference that makes it different. Whereas, but if it was not just a basic character, it would have been fine if it was speaking English, wouldn't it? Yeah. If it was a unique looking character, if it was a specialized one, yeah.
It's speaking English. That must mean it's important. Mystery, intrigue, unique. No, we don't have time for that. Just put the handler model in.
So a part of me feels
Dracmaster. That's what they are. They're called Dracmasters.
So a part of me feels. Are you good for me to take the reins now?
Yeah, you go. I'm tired out.
So I like the fact that the Worm Queen comes back. I really do, because I feel that we have so many characters that have disappeared. That where have they gone? We've had the Mycoans, which is a common thing that we love to nitpick. We have Arlo's stuff. We have we briefly have the Wolf of Saturn 6 in Carl's missions, but again, would like to know more of what's going on with that. There are just so many little characters that are just like, what's going on with you? Where have you been? Til Regor. Til Regor is a big one. Like, when was the last time we had plot revolving around Til Regor?
And I just want to point out that's not because we absolutely would love to see more voice acting from Lucas, because Lucas is amazing.
Yeah.
But also the character of Dil Rigor would be great to do more things.
Yeah.
Because and also he'd be the perfect character to come in along flanked by two Drax. Something like the creations of driving restless, because he was a person who wanted to fix the Grineer and improve them as a race.
Yeah.
He would be the perfect character to fill the void as the Queen's Aide if you didn't want to put in a random, as I was saying, a random new character. Just doesn't have to be a big thing, just some random unique model. Also, I'm pretty sure in some options on the War Within, you don't kill the other queen. I swear there's one option where you don't.
Once
you kill it, once Teshin kills it,
and there's one that it just gets away.
And doesn't this also go against the Kuva farming missions, the Kuva flood missions, where doesn't the Worm Queen say, we need the Kuva for my sister or something?
Yes. So
this goes against that as well?
Because the sisters had a head chopped off.
She talked. I was just looking through it now, and she says, should we deal, she says,
should we deal in the elder sister?
You must be thinking of my sister. Where is the fair lady? Should we deal with her? And she sort of lost her head last we played. Oh, how scandalous! And it's like it just leaves it at that. That's quite definitive. She lost her head last we played. Oh, that's clearly like crazy Harley Quinn-esque character saying she's dead, and this is her head I'm playing with, right? So and it's like, wait, are we bringing her back? Is everything going?
Yeah,
it's like, no, you've got Worm Queen. It's just like,
no, I get where you're coming from. I would actually like to see more definitive events happen, like here's the Worm Queen, like here's the Elder Queen, this is what we're doing with the Elder Queen. But we don't have any of that, and I kind of feel they should have taken this in one of two different directions, right? One, if they were gonna hands down do the Worm Queen hunting for Varuna. Oh, actually, there is a lore entry.
Is there you've read the Laverian, yeah?
Yes, I'm pretty sure I have. I know that basically Varuna was there. I swear I've heard it. Varuna was there to basically be the escort of the Uvans, the bodies for the continuity when that people would swap bodies and things like that, or the Orokin would swap bodies. So a part of me wonders if that has something tying into it, but again, that's a very loose connection. The problem I have is the fact that the new game modes don't feature the the Kuva Grineer, the Grineer from the Kuva Fortress. Like, yeah, okay, let's put the Kuva Grineer in the lure, right? But when you go in and you get that I don't know if you have logged in, but when you log in, the game gives you a message from your Lotus that says how the Grineer have gone to Lua, but the Neural Sentry has automatically taken them over, right? And it's just like, I mean, was it that difficult to just swap the Corrupted for the Kuva Grineer? There is no doubt in my mind, right? And I'm sorry to be harsh on this, DE. There is no doubt in my mind that this trailer was an afterthought. Yeah?
Or it could be, I do want to give credit, maybe they are foreshadowing that we're going to see more of the Grineer Queen real soon, and that's why?
Potentially. I do, as I said, I do love the fact that she came back. Right, but there is one other, like, if it was a case of I had the choice of directing this, it's either direct the Worm Queen to have more of a presence and bring the Kuva Grineer to Lua, or the alternative is leave them as the Corrupted and have Corrupted Vor make an appearance.
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't that be good? Wouldn't that be so good if you had an excuse for it?
Yeah.
There's so many other ways to play it, and instead it's just like, so basically saying the whole cutscene is like, let's hunt to Lua, because it's just going to be, she's just insane, because there's no other reason for her to say let's hunt to Lua. It's like, where shall we hunt? The Drax says, where should we hunt? And they're hunting on Lua. what are they hunting for? They're just randomly hunting. It's like, is this like fox hunting? It's like, we're just going on our fox hunt. It's like, upper class doing what they want. Is there a reason for it?
Please feel free to go through the thing again. But I swear they're talking about hunting for treasure. I swear I remember hearing the word treasure.
In
the trailer? Yeah.
Okay. The Drac go restless. As it was, just go back a second. Hang on. My queen. The Drac go restless. Where are we to hunt? To lure. Chucks card. Card flips. Drac smells card. Looks up, goes Drac howling. Queen laughs and howls. Pulls Drac away. Zooms in on card.
Oh, I could have sworn somewhere it said, like, they're hunting for treasure. But
maybe it's in game. Is there, like, side things that pop up?
It could be the Lotus. It could be the in the message from the... But yeah, it feels like that would have been a prime opportunity for Vor to turn up.
Yeah.
I really feel that. Like, maybe Vor's trying to bring about his resurrection or his separation from the Neural Century, or rebuild Lua to make it his corrupted paradise or what have you.
We don't know anything about that apart from just what he's going to do. So just like any of that would have been fine. Just some progression, some reasons. Like I hate how the characters, all the other characters in Warframe just sit in boxes now.
Mm-hmm.
They'd have no agency. They never do anything. They never go anywhere. It really annoys me.
Right.
There's no. What I miss from old thing is the mini little events that would allow the characters to feel like they were more like chess pieces moving around and doing things. I know we keep going to it. Garige's development was amazing. It was Vayhek versus Saga Shrug.
Yeah.
And then they tried to do that with Tube Men to a lesser extent, and it was like, okay, it was still interesting. It was Tilgor and Alavi. It was like, okay, stuff's still happening. It really annoys me that they took the Garige's Dilemma, the invasion game mode that they made, which they could have kept in their pocket and used once a month, every month, or even once every other month if they wanted. Throw together a mini little story, get a few voice acting lines, throw the game mode out, and we could have had that as our like recurring thing every month. It would allow them to push plot. It would allow them to give focus on different tile sets throughout each month. They could be like, okay, well, what tile set's not being used? Okay, the Grineer settlements tile set's not being used. We'll go right. That's where the fight will be, and they can choose that for months. Instead, they just put it in as an automated system, and makes me so annoyed.
I think part of the problem is that there's so much of Gravidius Dilemma that just won't work now, mostly to do with like the star chart and things like that, which you would hope would be a relatively simple fix.
Oh no! All you'd have to do is you take out the invasion system as it is now, the stupid automated thing, throw it in the bin.
Yeah.
So then you're going back to the days of the nodes being fixed. And then you can have it be a focal thing and just have it, because the important thing was that the nodes would change hands, and that felt special. Sorry,
what I mean is, remember that the whole node system that was on Star Chart 1.5, right? So they would have to make it work for the current Star Chart, which I'd hope wouldn't be that big a deal, but in all honesty, seeing some of the stuff that they've had to tackle.
Seeing as the majority of the only thing they'd have to do is it has the ability to change hands. But if you're only doing it once a month or once every other month, I think would be fine actually. And then you just do seeing as the missions would run for like a day, and then you would maybe change hands. It could just be done manually. Somebody could just go like, oh, which one won? Okay, yeah, I log into the files. It's now corpus. And all the rest of the system is in the games now. It's just automated is the problem, and it doesn't. I don't think the
no. I'm saying the Star Chart system isn't in.
No, but the invasion system is still in the game.
Yes, but the Star Chart part.
No, it still runs. The only missing part is when a node changes hands at the end. That's it.
Is it?
The Star Chart system? Yeah, the invasion system still happens, doesn't it? Pretty sure it does.
I thought they defunct it.
Have they defunct it? I thought it was on
did,
I don't know. Is it not one of the tabs?
I don't know. Didn't you jump in the game a second ago?
I stupidly said to optimize my download. I always do this all again.
Fair
But
enough.
anyway, let's move on because I've dug
Okay.
a side hole. Let's go back to the Lewis
Okay.
cinematic.
So let's continue. Rebecca also specifically mentioned this. The forward direction of the game is going to be weaving between the new state and the post-war star chart due to Nama, and the exploration of eternalism. Varuna, in-game demo showing a few of her animations and in-game application of her abilities. Unlike previous mini-quests, this one only requires you to have Up to the Wall Within unlocked to access. The Lavarian will have the ability to replay Varuna's cinematic. Her Prex card was debuted and will be found in the Lavarian as usual. Do you want me to run through her abilities?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. Right, so Varuna's abilities. Passive. Switch between 4 passives during missions by holding down the ability buttons. Switching does not have a cost. Drainar, which I believe is her 1, gives you parkour speed. Raksha...
It's Shroud Dinar.
No, that's the ability. Yeah? So,
got you. I got you here. Right, so the cast is called Shroud Dinar, but you're reading out the passives. Okay,
yes,
cool.
so the passive. Drainar gives parkour speed. Raksha makes the immune, so it makes you immune to status effects.
Nice.
Lycanth boosts your heavy attack efficiency by 100%, pending review.
Well, I assume it's in the game now, so I don't know what it is.
Ulfern will prevent lethal damage on a 30-second cooldown. That sounds pretty nice as well.
But you have to have that up.
What do you mean?
Well, you have to have that as the active passive.
Yeah.
You'd have to have that as the active passive and be like, oh, I've taken lethal damage. Right, now I'll swap to you on the others. But if you're in a situation in which you're taking lethal damage, and like we were saying with a few weeks ago, like with the death recap thing.
Yes, the death summary.
You either taking loads of damage or you're not.
Yeah.
If you're taking loads of damage, you won't go, oh, quick, I better swap to the thing. You'd be like, no, you just die. You just keep doing things and you die.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, quick, I better swap to the lethal damage one. No, that's so stupid. It sounds great. It does sound great. But are you really going to sit around with that when you could just make yourself immune to status effects and thus probably reduce most of the damage?
Yeah, that's the main one I think people are going to go for.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
And then swap to the melee attack one when you really want to get some.
So moving on to the abilities, Shroud of Danar, duration-based, sprint speed buff, and invisibility while you are not attacking. When you attack, if it's lethal, you will gain a crit and status chance buff for a short duration. Fangs of Raksha, single target attack, apply 5 random status effects at 10 times stacks to a target enemy. Okay. If the enemy dies, it will... So in the attack window, they will spread the status effects to a small radius around them. The only status it cannot apply is Void. Lycath's Hunt, duration buff, generates energy on headshots and health on melee. These are drops that your team can pick up too. This is her Helminth ability at 50% effectiveness to drop chance. And then her 4th ability, Ulfern's Descent, grants you 5 charges on a pounce attack that deals high damage and bleed to a single target. If that target dies from the attack, you get bonus damage on the next attack. This will continue to stack up to the final attack, and enemies do take more damage if they have status effects on them. Fairly beastie. Then we also have the Perigale. What?
That's the Warframe.
Yeah, I know that's the Warframe. I was going to talk about the weapons as well, but if you want to stick on the Warframe.
Yeah, let's talk about the Warframe. Unless the weapons do something unique with the Warframe's abilities.
Probably not. But I'm actually quite interested. I've heard she is the most survivable Warframe right now, probably with the combination of the status effects and the melee heal going on. So if you
while also having invisibility.
Well, yeah, being able to just I need to disappear for now. Yeah, so I think, yeah, I can easily see her being like one of the most survivable Warframes, but I can also see her very reliant on continuously using her abilities and things. So I'd be interested to give her a go. I haven't actually done so as of yet.
Why aren't you hating this?
Well, I don't know. A part of me feels like
aren't all those cooldown abilities?
Don't think so.
Is it not?
No. The lethal damage one was the duration based. So depending on how long, how much duration she has in her build, determines how long they last.
The Runa. Let's have a look at abilities. Oh yeah, no, 25 energy, 50 energy, 75, 100. Okay, yeah, it's not Lavos. Okay. I thought it's fine. Thought you hate it. Okay, okay then.
It does feel very like ability fiddly, right? But I mean, a part of me is resigned to the idea that like that's just going to happen now.
I think, yeah,
it's like it's just the direction.
Gone are the days of this is the AoE ability, this is the buff ability, this is the ability, and that's the if you want to use it ability.
Yep.
And the passive is when it falls over, it does a fart.
Oh my god. Poor Nova. Shall I move on to the weapons then?
Yeah, I don't get... Lyca's Hunt feels weird to me. It just feels so weird in this kit. And doesn't feel like it really gels with the kit, and instead just feels like we got what do we want the helmet ability to be, and then just slapped it in there.
I don't know. I feel that there's not a great deal of the fact that you've got the invisibility with a single hit deals more damage. You've got the random status effect debuff ability. You've then got the healing survivability one.
Right, no.
And then you just got the big damage.
I'm not saying that you can't use the other abilities and then they generate that.
No.
I'm saying that it's just like, wait, headshots? Like, she's that's the hunter.
I don't think anyone's going to go for that. I don't think anyone's going to go for the headshots. They're just going to go for the melee.
It's energy, though.
Headshots are energy.
Yeah.
Right. But the thing is, you could build on something like... oh god.
But I could take this and put this on a completely different Warframe, making a weird sniper Warframe, maybe like, I don't know, so that's something on Harrow's because he needs other headshot stuff, and it fits in with his build, and it's just another... Harrow's all just about keeping up buffs. You just swap out something and put this in, and then you make just energy drops and just headshots. I feel that they made the helmet ability first, and then slotted it in. Not, they made this for the kit, and then also made it the helmet ability.
I'm unsure. I'm really genuinely unsure because like more and more Warframes have some form of survivability, and I think maybe you're right in terms of the energy, but I don't feel that may necessarily be the case for the health. Like I do feel that there's a lot more design for just solo play when it comes to Warframe abilities.
No, but it's the way this feels. It's like, okay, so in all this thing about swapping around, about, you want to swap to the Fangs, you want to get yourself cloaked, and you're going to put some debuffs, and then use the ultimate, the pounce, so stealth, then you can apply debuffs, then you get a pounce. And this is a duration buff you need to keep up.
Yeah.
What? That's a Harrow thing. That's a slow, penitent, priestly kind of building up of buffs. It's like, it doesn't make sense that this character also... If it was an active that you toggled on and off, maybe. No, it's a duration buff. And that doesn't... It's because an active is kind of fiddly for a Harrow ability. Instead, they were like duration buff. Because they made the Harrow ability first, not... That's just where I see it. Sorry, what did I say?
You kept on saying Harrow. Do you mean Harrow for the rest of the times you said Harrow?
I just want to put this on ability. I'm putting this ability on Harrow. Is what I mean. No, I mean helmet. Yeah, you're right. They made it as a helmet. It just feels so... I just feel like the other abilities, like Lavos, that's why I almost felt this was a cooldown-esque frame, because you're going to be bouncing between them. Oh, and that one I just activate once every 30 seconds. Or how long? Let's have a look. What is the duration on this? It is base at 20 seconds. Oh, plus 5 seconds extra time per conditional kill. Well, yeah. Conditional kill. What's that? Killing an enemy affected by at least 5 status effects to extend Lycath's hunt remaining duration by 5 seconds up to maximum duration capped at 60 seconds.
Okay, here's another one, right? So the Warframe that came out before Varuna.
No. I just read something out that completely changes it. If you were listening.
No, I wasn't. Go on.
You weren't listening at all. Okay, so there is more to it than just what you've read out, because it does now feel more for like Varuna that when you have this ability up, kill an enemy while it's up. If you kill an enemy that has at least 5 status effects, you extend this ability by 5 seconds up to a maximum duration capped at 60 seconds.
Right, I'm not quite sure if that was actually explained during the dev stream.
I don't know if it was, but I've got the wiki up.
Right, fair enough then.
So that makes more sense, because now it feels more like a hunting-esque ability. That's the thing I was doing. If it was just like cast buff, you now have 34 seconds. Better go do your other things. It's like, no, you can activate it, and while you're pouncing around doing the abilities, you're actually building that buff up more. There we go. I looked it up, and it's
Okay, fair enough then.
That feels so much better now. Sorry, now it feels like they made the ability for the frame and not the thing. These are just. It's a bit annoying that that we've never had this before. We're a few days. Obviously, it's been a few days late. We're reading out the DevStream stuff. And then since the dev stream, the actual patch has come out with the actual better information.
Yeah.
For instance, where is it? Let's just check that. You say about the pending review bit? It's 90%. It's only 90% according to Wiki.
Which one was the pending review?
Lycath's Hunt.
Yes.
Boost your heavy attack efficiency by 100% pending review. The Wiki says it's 90%.
There you go. Right, should we move on?
Hang on, one last thing.
Okay then.
Has Wolfram die in Verona's place when she uses things preventing bleed out and rendering her invulnerable for 3 seconds and restoring her passive undergoes 6-second cooldown after a sacrifice. Oh, so it's not just ignore death on the 4th ability.
You mean the 4th passive?
Yeah, 4th passive. Will prevent lethal damage on 30-second cooldown. It also gives you 3 seconds of vulnerability. I know that doesn't sound.
Well, I'd assume as much.
Oh, okay. Well, it seems that's quite
I
important.
mean, the thing is, if you're at like 1 health, you die. You're like, you prevented from taking that 1 health of damage. You're still on 1 health. It has to have given you some form of vulnerability. Otherwise, you just die immediately afterwards.
It fully restores your shields and health, and obviously we have shield gating. So
oh, okay.
It doesn't make you ignore bleed. Right, so it gives you 3 seconds of vulnerability and 100% shields. It's like blessing, a tiny blessing.
Yeah,
100% shields and health. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So should we now move on?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. Right. Sorry. So I just.
Why are you sorry?
Well, I mean, we're 52 minutes in, and we've hit 2 points in this.
What's the frame?
Yeah, it's the frame, right?
And the important law of pointlessness.
Okay. The Paragel Sniper and the Seraphang Axe are her signature weapons. Yeah, Seraphang. Sniper is burst fire and has passive on headshot in quick succession. Headshots in quick succession increase ammo efficiency. The axe has a bonus ability to create vortexes when using the heavy slam to pull in enemies that the slam lifts up, but only at a high combo count. Varuna will also have an energy tail themed ephemera, a really weird, ugly alt helm, and a void shell skin.
Yeah, I saw that alt helm on the dev stream. It looked like it didn't have a texture.
Yeah, I was quite surprised at how anemic that alt helm was.
Yeah.
You know, it felt weird. Okay, but I actually quite liked the tails, and I quite liked the void shell.
I also sorry, you've read out those two weapons.
Mm-hmm.
The wiki also says that when Varuna has the Perigale, gains 24 more reserve ammo for a total of 48, and with the Sarafang, the heavy attack slam vortex requirement reduced to a 5 times combo multiplier.
If Varuna has it.
If Varuna has it.
Right, okay. Cool.
Whereas it's normally 8 times combo multiplier.
Oh, okay, that's quite a big difference. Right, so next is the Conjunction Survival, which I think I want to talk the most about. Conjunctional Survival has had updates since its reveal. Quiet phone. Professionalism. Don't know what you're talking about. Right, the Conjunction Survival has had updates since reveal. The level 80 to 100 mission has a different drop table, which includes arcanes and something for Archimedean Yonta on the Zariman. The mission has void areas spread out around it. These will grant you ability strength and casting speed. You can deploy Necromechs on a duration with a cooldown. Yep. On the dev build, Necromechs can only be deployed for 2 minutes of use. After use, they have 10 minutes of cooldown before they can deploy one again. Jumping out of Necromech will pause the deployment and time until you get back in. Thrax enemies will spawn every 5 minutes and will deal life support at 2 times until they're killed. So drain life support until they There will be a roaming ally in the mission that has an aura of the void around them, which grants bonus strength and casting speed. Luathrax Plasm, a mission drop, can be traded with Archimedean Yonta for rewards that you fail to get from the mission. So I was talking to Nazith about this, and apparently you can get, I believe you can get Varuna parts from Yonta if you have enough of the Thrax Plasm, if you're just unlucky.
Oh.
Yeah. So I don't know how I feel about this new mission type. A part of me feels it's not enough.
With the facts, each component requires 75, while the blueprint requires 125, totaling a 350 Luathrax Plasm. Is there anything else on Archimedean Yonta's standing game? Available offering? I don't know if that's the only thing available. The wiki's not obviously going to be the best of updates at the moment. Yeah. So what are you saying?
I'm not quite sure how I feel about the game mode.
It doesn't make much sense to me.
I've given it.
Is that lore? And I think I saw some videos on YouTube where it looked like the Worm Queen comes in and talks to you or something.
I believe she does. Yeah. I'm pretty sure she does. I don't know. Yeah. Like, I feel so disconnected from it. Like, I just kind of snored my way through it. The biggest thing I'm disappointed by was the expectation that this could be something challenging, and it's not. It's like, woo.
So how Conjunction Survival? What? It's on Lua. How many nodes of it is it on Lua?
So I would argue technically 4, but it's 2 nodes on Lua, and then you got the 2 Steel Path nodes. Right?
Okay.
The Steel Path nodes are hard as balls, right?
Right.
I like those, right?
Yeah.
But the normal mode is easy as chips. The big question I have is I don't understand the point of the Necromechs being involved. Right? Like, either the Necromechs should be... So this is something that I feel... We've gotten to a point now where we have so many systems brought into Warframe that don't want to step on the toes of another system, there's no point in trying. My argument here is, why couldn't we have the originally proposed, here's a arc gun with an underslung animation to hold it with just a melee, right? Instead of having a secondary, primary, and melee. So you got your heavy gun and a melee. That's it. That's what they originally proposed before. But then for some strange reason, they turned around and said, oh no, we're going to put this on...
Gear.
Huh? On
Gear.
gear. Yes, thank you. I thought you said here for a second. Yeah, on gear, right? It's... Why? Like, I don't understand it. Oh, because we have this boss fight that is meant to be, doable in a solo capacity, so on and so forth. Like, okay, fine. Have that mentality moving forward, but also have a game mode option where you can't do that. So make an easy mode, right? A boss easy mode, which is you can do it regardless of what weapon you have, right? But then do a hard mode or a normal mode, which is, oh no, this phase you need an arc gun, and you can't bring regular guns and arc guns, so you need to coordinate with your team members. This is like a hard mode you can't just random into, right?
But Xeno, how do I solo it?
Tough shit, you can't.
I'm with you.
Oh.
But what's that got to do with this game mode?
Well, what's the fucking point of the Necromax?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get to, is that you're talking about arc guns. I was like, right.
Yeah, that's what I was going to get to. It's like, what's the fucking point of the Necromax? I can use the Necromax for 2 minutes. Like, I was really confused when they showed this off weeks ago. I was so confused, like, that, because, oh yeah, you could bring your Necromech in. I actually went on my Discord and I turned to people and I said, like, what's better, a Necromech or a Warframe's gun, right? And apart from the Void Rig's ultimate ability, right, it's nearly always the Warframe's gun.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the fucking point?
Yeah.
Right?
There's other things. Necromechs have always suffered with things like regaining health and things. So it's like, what is the reason to use the Necromech? I don't get it. So I'm on the wiki. I see if there's more information here, and it just says, if the player owns a Necromech, the Necromech summon can be used in these missions. However, they possess a duration of 2 minutes and has a 10-minute cooldown, 7-minute 30 seconds with intrinsic tactical rank 8 from when the gear item was first used. So 1/5 of the time I can get in my Necromech? I mean, I guess you could say...
So, wait.
Whoa.
What was... So, you can have it for 2 minutes.
If the player owns a Necromech, the Necromech summon can be used in these missions. However, they possess a duration of 2 minutes and has a 10-minute cooldown.
Right.
7 minutes 30 seconds with intrinsic tactical rank 8 from when the gear item was first used.
So after you've lost... So say you're using your Necromech for the full 2 minutes, right? And then you lose it. My understanding from what you've just said is you could have 5 minutes and 30 seconds before you can then use it again if you have intrinsic 8. Because it's when you first use it, the cooldown kicks in.
Yeah, but... Okay. Yeah, say your point again. If I use it...
So if I use
if I've got intrinsic tactical rank 8, I use my Necromech and 2 minutes go by, yeah? Yeah.
I should have 5 minutes and 30 seconds left.
Yes.
Yeah? Right. But I don't... If it's a case of these lure Thrax can only be killed by a Necromech, and you have to coordinate with your teammates...
Yes.
Right? I'm fine with that, right? You know, I'm 100% fine with that. You could even do it where, like, 2 people on, 2 people off, right? But I am... Oh,
It needed something more that, like, for instance, every 5 minutes a little portal opens and you can only enter it with your necromech, and inside there are the Thrax, Centurions, and Legatus, and you get to fight them in your necromech. If your necromech gets destroyed, you get knocked out of the portal, and you have to try and fight them with the necromech. And it's like, oh, why are we using necromechs? You can say it's like they're immune to it's time travel radiation or something, or it's making temporal pockets, and you're entering with your warframe would be a problem, or your warframe's really slow in there or something from it. It's
or
like,
maybe it's a case of, like, you can't put your warframe through it because the temporal pocket, your warframe didn't exist at that time period. The necromech did.
Yeah, something like that. Necromechs, more, but we only exist then, but warframes didn't exist. So
the fact
you can come up with rubbish. You can come up with rubbish to make the law justify. It doesn't matter, but at least then it would make sense instead of just like you can pop your necromech, but why would you? Because the only reason, as you just said, the only reason it would be is like, oh, just to use the ultimate on the which one is it?
Void Rig.
The Void Rig. It's like, okay, so every 7 minutes, 30 seconds, I get to pop my Void Rig's ultimate, and then I'd use that to kill some things, and then I don't get to use it. But seeing as the Thrax, Centurion, Legatus are 5 minutes, if I need to use my necromech to get those down because I don't have the damage with my warframe stuff, then I'm not going to be able to use it on the next wave unless I then alternate with a friend who does it, I guess. I just like, why? What's going on?
So the big thing is, if you've got a piece of equipment that's based on a cooldown, right? Yeah. That equipment should shred everything, right? It should annihilate everything. But you can only use it for a very short period of time, very infrequently, right?
Yeah.
I don't understand this mentality to have a just as good warframe equipment, or a bit worse warframe equipment, on a cooldown, right? Maybe it's a case of the ally, this character that's not Teshin, who's walking through the environment.
Lone Guardian. The
Lone Guardian. Basically, that has a naturally occurring Orphix field, effectively, that's wandering around. So your warframe can't go through it. Your necromech can, right? So if it stood next to life support, your warframe can't get anywhere near it. But it just feels so off.
And then on the higher difficulties, you can have more Lone Guardians around, so it becomes a bit more tricky going between areas.
Or better yet, what about you got the Lone Guardian, your warframe isn't affected by it, but the necromech does so much more damage, right?
Yeah,
does double damage. Instantly becomes more valuable given a timer.
Yeah,
I don't.
What is the point of what's going on with the Lone Guardian? So in the survival type, a Lone Guardian, a colorless void dax, will appear, wandering between life support capsules while projecting a field that increases ability strength by 100 and cast speed by 50. The buff lasts for 5 seconds and begins to count down upon leaving the field. The Lone Guardian will not engage in combat and cannot be attacked.
I know, I don't get it.
What does that mean? Why? Is it? Why? Is that because he's powerful? Is that his power emanating out?
I reckon, if anything, this is a prelude to, hey, look, Daviri. Which, fine.
Is it literally just key jangling this Lone Guardian, this Void Dax? Like, oh, you saw those on the Daviri trailer. Oh, it's a Void Dax. Oh, key jangle.
It honestly does feel like that.
And so, ability strength 100% and casting speed by 50. Does that affect necromechs in any way? Is that just ability strength, or is that necromech ability strength? Does it make the necromech better? I don't know.
Tell you
Why
what,
would it make the necromech better?
leave your comments below. Let us know what you think of it. But like, it's there.
It's certainly a thing.
It is a thing, right?
I'm a bit disappointed because, again, it's we're being negative, but it is nice to have content. And by the way, this is our Christmas content. That's it.
That's the problem I have. That is the problem I have, right? It's the Christmas content, and hell, make a Christmas event with it. Like, oh, make sure you kill this many
Yeah. Oh, maybe they
then,
will. I would be so happy if if they're releasing Lure Parade now,
yeah,
and then in 2 weeks' time there's an event on this game mode. I'd
done.
be like, oh,
100% done.
take back everything we're doing. Really cool. We just didn't give them points that they were actually releasing the game mode, letting everyone get used to the game mode, checking all the bugs of the game mode. Now here's the event to go with the game mode. I'd be like,
Yeah.
you know that meme with like the people clapping, and then they're like the guy at the front who goes like, with like,
Yeah.
yep. I'd be like, yep.
Isn't
Yep.
that
Well
Chuck
done.
Norris?
No. There's like they look like academics, and they're all just like there's clapping and around. And there's a guy
Oh,
in the
okay.
chair, and there's an aged like professor being like, "Oh, well done," you know.
Sorry, I thought you were talking about like there is like I think Chuck Norris at like a basketball game or something akin to that where everyone around him is clapping and he does like the thumbs up sort of thing.
Oh yeah, no, I know the one you mean. No,
Yeah.
I mean the that one because it's. I would be very impressed. I would be so impressed if that was the case. That this is just to check it, to make sure it works, to make the game mode work, make sure everything is, and then bam, we get our Christmas that's going to run over Christmas, an event to test it. I would be like,
I would eat my hat if it was here.
you don't have a hat to eat. I would definitely. Is it eat crow the term? I would definitely yeah. I'd be like, they did it. They did it. It'd be brilliant. I'd be so impressed with that.
Are you cold?
Yes, it's down to 17 degrees.
Fair enough. Right. I don't know if you have any other points you want to tackle, but I
almost kind of want to repeat myself 20 times to hope that that's the case, because I would be so happy if that was the thing.
Yeah.
If there'd be like a thing that would explain the Lone Guardian in an event, explain the Lone Guardian a bit, explain the Necromech a bit, and then give us a reason to game mode.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, events over Christmas. I really, in fact, it annoys me that I didn't do more. What was it called? What was the Necromech one?
There was a Necromech event? Oh,
Yeah,
Orphix Venom. Sorry.
Yeah, it really annoys me I didn't do more. I was like, oh yeah, it's just this Necromech thing, because that was then you could buy Necromechs for the first time. I was like, oh yeah, I'll just do a bit of this. One, I wish I did it for loads of arcanes, because I could have got loads of arcanes that time. But also, it was just nice. I remember logging, I think, over Christmas Day, and I was like, oh, it's something to do on Christmas Day. Do a little bit of the event. I'll get the cosmetics. I think I got the cosmetics at least. You know, I did enjoy it. It was good. But it was fun because there was the trial Necromech you could use, and I remember we even had a go. Yeah, it was brilliant actually. We did play it a fair bit. We did see how far we could get with just the Necromechs in the mission. Do you remember?
I think so.
You could there's broken Necromechs you could possess in the mission, and so we attempted the mission, the hardest mission, with just the Necromechs we found lying around. That was I really didn't give Orphix Venom as much credit. It was a really fun event.
If memory serves, we managed to do the first wave, and that was it. We had to get out.
Yes, it was a bit disappointing, but at the same time, it was like
it was Rentamech, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Rentamech, that was it. Yeah, and I think that was the hardest level, the hardest tier of it, at least. And it was kind of pushing them by the Necromechs for Platinum, but you can still get them through play. So that was, the option was available. We just hadn't. I don't know if you.
We just didn't want to.
We just didn't want to. Well, no.
Didn't want to go to Deimos.
Why not bring that event back?
Yeah, I mean, like
rebuilding and retrying again.
Well,
I'll do that
again. I would like it if the event was effectively, hell, maybe, as we've already dropped his name before, Vor turns up, and then you just got to the only way you could do damage to Vor is with a Necromech, right?
Yeah,
it feels, because
that would make sense. It would be like he'd be like, I've learned of your frames. I now see what they are in their entirety. They are nothing compared to. I'm prepared for them. And then he throws void powers on him. It's like, if you think your warframe does nothing to me, I totally know. I am one with your void powers. I am the void. It's like Necromech. What the frick is that? Oh my god, I've got bullets. You're gonna be like, yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
It's like, what is that? I don't remember using that old clunk of junk. Why has it got guns?
Yeah. I think that's the problem, though, is the fact that they don't want to. I both respect it and feel it's a bad decision. They don't want to railroad their player base into, you have to do this specific way. But because you're letting the player base do whatever the fuck they want, there is no point in this weaker stuff, right? That starts off weak. And as I think, hear me out. I think the problem is that Arcwing bit them in the butt far too hard. Right?
A bit deep.
Yeah. Bit them
The wound
deep in the
never
butt.
healed.
Yeah. I think that's the main reason why. But realistically, if they stuck to their guns, I think the whinging would have dissipated.
Yeah.
Right? And I don't think it's fair to compare Arcwing to something like Necromex or to heavy weapons, because you can use those in parallel with your regular Warframes. You can still use your Warframe abilities, right? Maybe it's a case of they felt because they doubled down with Sharkwing and Sharkwing was a cataclysmic failure that, they just like, oh no, we can't do this again. But I really, really feel that is what has led to this, right? And because they don't want to niche tie people into a specific playstyle, that's caused this problem. But people don't feel like they're progressing because people are always going to complain about something. Here, look at me, right? My job is effectively when a developer turns around and says, I want to use this special specific thing, I have to make sure it works on the servers, right? That is I don't like using new special stuff because more often than not, it's more trouble than it's worth. But the engineers want to use it, and if I don't learn to grow and adapt to new situations, I'll never find the good thing. Right? And that's the situation here, because everyone's complaining about, I don't like this, I don't like that, right? I don't like change bad, right? Then we're just going to remain stagnant and the game will never advance.
Yes. Yeah. Because nothing is allowed to be unique.
Okay.
Nothing is allowed to be this niche thing you have to adhere to and step out of your comfort zone to do it in a weird way. You no matter what game mode it is, you just like, oh wow, this is game mode where you just using a spaceship, but you can still shoot with a Warframe. Oh, it's a game code with some arc and stuff, but you still get to shoot with a Warframe.
Yeah.
Oh, you could use your arc gun here. In reality, you can still shoot you with a Warframe.
Yeah.
Oh, here's where you can sometimes use Necromex. But in reality, you can just get on with your Warframe. Did you ever remember the Simpsons episode with Ned Flanders' parents?
Ned Flanders' parents?
Yeah, Ned Flanders has a breakdown, and then I think a psychiatrist talks about his parents, and it cuts to his parents who are beatniks, and basically they just don't discipline him at all, so he runs around the room, and the parents like, and I just feel that's like, so the Ned Flanders running around is the player base, just literally doing whatever they want. Like, oh yeah, blah, blah. And then Ned's dad's like, D is like, oh, but I can't force him to use these extra things because then he'll be upset and he'll complain on the forums. It's like, yeah, so he's just... And then,
The thing for me is the Futurama episode with, Ali McNeil, right? And it's just like, you can't make wild, radical changes. People don't like it. That makes them scared and afraid.
Makes them scared and afraid, yeah.
And then Lur's like, I'm scared and afraid.
Yeah.
So true. Right. Yeah. Right. Should we move on with the rest of the DevStream?
I like that they added a game mode to the game.
Yep. Yep. Maybe, Loz, what we should do, we should put our money where our mouth is, and we actually come up with our own game mode, right? Together.
I think we've done that many times over the years, and we've come up with some good ones.
Quite possible. Well, maybe
invested open world with hives. How we would have been amazing.
Damn, that would have been so cool.
Different hives and different strains and different effects on what was going on with the.
And you had to capture the environment. You had to take over points, which opened up bounties and.
Yeah, and it would change based on the map, what you did on it. And,
yeah, it was community driven, not just individual. But maybe we should just come up with what was this game mode called? Conjunction. So maybe we should come up with conjunction defense. We can
more like conjunctivitis survival.
Oh my god. Anyway, right, should we move on?
Yeah, please.
Okay,
do.
other parts.
Oh no, let's. Okay. I want to give a gold star.
You gonna give it a go also?
I like the idea of the Thrax Plasm being an alternative
Yes.
safety net to obtaining Varuna. You sometimes got to do that. You got to hang on, look through the red haze and see that there's some good stuff. And that is a really cool idea. I like it, and I imagine it. That's the kind of. It's odd that we get that for that, but no. It's a plus point for this. Plus point for this. Just stay with the plus point.
I don't want to see that for everything.
No. It's true. It's true.
I think systems that are. I'm a little confused to why it was brought in for Varuna. However, not gonna bellyache about it. But
nice to see them trying something different. That's good.
Yeah, I think for systems like this, for Warframes and things, it's certainly a plus. But I don't want to see this for
a billion different safety nets is silly, farming Nova.
No, I was gonna go one step further. The Tau Forged Archon shards, because that's exactly the direction this is gonna go in. People are gonna want.
I still don't consider that a finished system though.
No, exactly, and that's why I don't want to see that there. Right, you do not need your Tau Forged shards, right?
I think we get to the point of agreeing exchange. 1 to 5 exchange. I think.
No, I think I said was it 9?
You said 9 to 1.
Yeah, and we worked it out, and it was actually faster my way than to RNG it.
I'd still say 5 to 1. No, but your way was. I think maybe I misunderstood your way. In your way, was it that you took 9 weeks of getting nothing and then it handed you shards you want, or did you get 9 weeks of getting random shards and you handed them in?
No, it's the former. 9 weeks of getting nothing, but you got the exact thing you wanted.
So
I
get a token basically.
Yeah.
I get 9 tokens, and I get my guaranteed.
Yep. It means it takes nearly a year to do it, but the alternative is on average 75 weeks.
Nearly a year to get what? 5
My one.
Of the shards Tau Force shards that I want.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure the math on it, but like I say, over time they always make things more accessible. So I'm totally envisaging in 6 months' time, everyone will have 1 billion Tau Force shards and normal shards.
I mean, I don't know about you. I've still got none. But
oh god, but wouldn't it be cool to do an event, and an event would have a vendor which say gave 1 of each Tau Forge shard as a reward, only 1. You could buy 1, and then the event, wouldn't that be a great event reward?
How would it be a one-time event, or would it be
each event could have 1 of each Tau Forge shard available, and if they did more events, each event you're like, oh,
yeah,
guaranteed Tau Forge shard. I'd like to do an event. Yeah. Would that be cool? Wouldn't it? That's how you could pepper in a few extra ones, so it doesn't take, as you say, 1 billion years.
Yep. Right, okay, let's move on. So, the other parts of the dev stream, we had the Zaku Deluxe Kagura skin. It was shown off. This will also come with the Amaga Deluxe Lotus skin, which will only be available / visible to players that have completed the new war. The Void
boob, ass. Everyone, I've seen videos where people are putting up it has side ass.
Oh god, it massively does. I was like, that's a little revealing, is it not? Okay. Oh crap. Void Shell skins will be released for Frost, Grendel, and Mag. There will also be new Void Shell skins with them too. Oh, textures. Sorry, misread that. New Void Shell textures. New Tenant weapons will be released. These will be the Tenant Plinks and the Tenant Ferox. Ooh, spear gun. Semi-auto weapon update. Fire rates are being adjusted to be more in line with regular clicking speed, and damage for these weapons are going to go up to compensate for lower fire rates. Electron Prime players will certainly be pleased, says Loz.
I miss the Electron Prime. I love that game so much. The gun so much.
The game
of playing with it with a
Auto
No,
hotkey.
I totally used a auto hotkey thing for it because I'm like, I just don't want it to go click, 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 click. I was like, okay, push button, and it would shoot, and then I'd turn it off, and I'd turn it on, and I'd turn it off. It's like, yeah, I'm saving my. I'd be wearing out my mouse otherwise.
Yeah, but you tied it to your mouse wheel, didn't you? And it's just like as soon as you just
I might have done at one point. I remember I lost whatever. I think it was like an early version of or some version of the Razer software at one point, and then didn't work. And then,
right. Anyway, health orbs are being buffed to give more than to give 50 health instead of 25. New arcanes are being released, including one that stacks on health for every orb you pick up to a maximum. Arcanes now have a dedicated interaction area on the Lasette, the mod bench, and so between the mod bench and your pets. So no more hiccups. No more foundry for your arcanes. I gotta ask, do we really need arcanes and oh god, what was the other thing? The Archon shards when they're effectively just different mods. Can't we just have like special?
Arcanes were at least different to mods because they weren't they weren't active effects which are always on. They were there's a few mods which are like on headshot blur or while aiming down sights blur, but they're rather fixed. Whereas arcanes were kind of like chance on this, do this, yeah, conditional and timed and very unique. I know there's a few mods which do some of the stuff, but the majority of mods weren't. But all arcanes were kind of that thing. You don't have an arcane which is 300 health or something. Whereas yeah, the shards are just more mods with fixed values.
Right, okay, and then we've got some quality of life changes coming. Well, I mean, they've come. The update of the augment mini buffs from Sarin through to Zephyr. Check the update thread for which augments are now being buffed and how. Because Pool of Life is being updated, Trinity's Well of Life is also being buffed. It will now prevent status effects to allies in range, dealing damage to the target for every status proc prevented. Armor is getting updated to have an icon to show a visual representation on how much armor you've stripped with abilities or status. Enemies with elemental damage resistances will have a prototype icon. So, actually, I think there was only a couple of enemies that will have this prototype icon to show the resistances they have in effect. It will only exist for things like the Sentients, Hayeka Masters, and a few others while it's being in the prototyping stage. Xmas are getting increased base health, but a higher threshold for using mercy kills on them under 80% health. I'm not quite okay. They will also spawn more regularly. Prime Resurgence rotation on December 1st, bringing Oberon and Avara. Nightwave changes over to Nora's Mix Volume 3. Supporter packs for specific updates will be available for Plat instead of real money. This will start with Lure's Prey. These will contain various amounts of the update content and will be available in a dedicated part of the market.
Wait, say that again? What's that one?
So basically, there were some of the supporter packs, like on Steam and things, that would necessarily come with like a skin or what have you, and Plat and things like that. But instead of it being coming off of Steam and then never seen or heard from again, they're putting it in a dedicated space in the market, and you'll be able to buy it with Plat instead and get like the specific parts that players will have wanted. Like I think there was a supporter pack for one of the Nova skins. So yeah, are you in game now and having a look?
I'm in game now, and there is a section on the market. You go down to premium bundles, you go to supporter packs, and they're just Steam links. Ember starter pack, no. Veilbreaker starter pack.
I'm not entirely
maybe
sure.
he's not up yet. I don't know.
Maybe.
They're just Angels of Zaman one, 20 £20. I don't see anything for platinum on this list.
Okay, right. So general update with a 10-minute video from Pablo. Grendel, rather, update. Grendel will now only eat 5 enemies. Do we really need to go over the Grendel update?
No, there's a meme later which explains it much better.
Okay. And there was also a Ureli update. Do we need to go over the Ureli update?
I didn't finish. This is about where I stopped. So yeah, let's do the Ureli update.
Okay,
What's
so
up,
a second. To be honest, like this is where I got distracted. So a second Pablo video for Ureli. Passive is being tweaked so that there's a little forgiveness after you stop, so you can pause and start again without immediately losing the buff. Casting her K drive now has a 4-second invulnerability period and charges up the K drive's health. You can also now go into operator and back without cancelling the K drive. C snares doubles damage taken by snared enemies. Affected by strength. The damage buff applies to enemies like Xmas even if they can't be CC'd, as long as they are touching the water orbs. Riptide can now pull enemies in and hold them until you manually burst it, or you can use the classic version on a tap/hold variant.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's nice.
Yeah.
I know Grendel. People have been saying about Grendel for years. I've never even seen many Grendel users, so that's interesting. It's good to see it's been updated, and from what, as you can tell by the I've seen from the meme, apparently it's very strong updates.
I want to give him a go. Yeah.
Do you know? Again, I think I tried to give him a go before, and I was just like, I don't get what this is about.
Yeah.
Now, I think it's a bit more clear and it's a bit more powerful, and I think we're gonna go. And the Ureli one seems cool as well. Ureli's the interesting one, because I know when Ureli came out and everyone just said like this needs buffing, this needs buffing, this needs buffing, this needs buffing, this is awful, this is awful. It's like people would say Grendel needs a buff, and I know Hydra needs a buff, but people would say like, I'm not playing Ureli, this is awful, this is awful, it's terrible. And they made I feel they made a big deal when Ureli was coming out. It's like, oh, look at this, look at the animations, it does a heart, and it's like anime girl and things, and it's like it even got a quest that was quite unique. They put some effort into it that was different with all the different K-Drive stuff, and you're like, and it was just like, meh. I know you were super worried by the spinning things, thinking this was going to be
World on Fire again.
World on Fire 2.0, yeah. But it's like, no.
Yeah. Well, I think it's because the majority of people hated the fucking K drive.
It's really nice to see buffs for Warframes, and to be honest, I think we should see more of this. There should be more of this. They should be going around, continuously buffing Warframes.
True, but they have stated that buffing on Warframe doesn't necessarily impact the players playing them.
It doesn't matter. There's stuff in a game you have to do. It shouldn't be about looking for a reward. It should just be for the health of the game, for the players who are playing it. It might not increase player. You might not see a surge of new players or more people playing it, but the players who are playing it might quit less.
True. Right, let's move on. Self-damage is not coming with Lewis Prey. Let's read the whole thing. It will be going for more testing for consistency across multiple weapons. There is currently no timeline for release, and it will not be with Deviri either. There will be an update about it later. I was sad about this. I've really wanted to get self-damage back, but
yeah,
I respect that they want to take the time to actually make sure it's done properly. Conclave changes. So far this year, DE has made small quality of life updates. These will include disabling auto-blocking, shield gating, the wolf sledge, the zenith, and a few other things to make Conclave more fair. This will continue with more changes in this update. Nice to see that they're touching up on Conclave. Don't know who's... I'm sure people do care, but I don't know who plays. Right?
Well, it's. I think it was it really felt out of left field, that one popping up, and I was almost like saying that they've got some. They now the new team is in place, and they are doing this other stuff. It almost feels like they have plans for Conclave. I don't know what that'll be, but that's what it felt like to me, that they're gonna at some point do something about Conclave.
Yeah. They include a small video about the sound design of Varuna's ultimate. It sounds extra crispy, according to Thaylien. New Prime reveal. Baruch Prime releases with the Furious and the Cobra and Kane Primes. You've already said this. Accessories include a Cyandana ephemera and the Mandala Prime decoration. I'm not quite sure what that decoration was.
The mandalas. Oh, wait, what?
Mandala.
Second? Isn't the mandala the rel thing?
Maybe. It doesn't ring a bell, but maybe. Crossplay update. Xbox and PC crossplay has been running nominally fine. Huh?
Mandala. Sorry, I'm going to look it up.
Sure. Has been running nominally fine, so more consoles will be turned on stealthily in the near future. There will be surprise tests with no hype at the time. There will no longer be specific console icons for people that are not on your platform. Everyone not on your platform will have a cross play icon on them instead of having the specific Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, or PC icon. Cross save is reliant on getting crossplay working and will come after. The very Paradox mini update. January's DevStream will be fully featuring on this. This came with a very, very short video to show off some of the color shifting that happens in the world.
Oh, the mandalas are the weird little floating things around Baruch. Or one of his abilities.
Oh, yeah. Right. I'm with you. Right. And that was it for the DevStream.
Cool.
Right. Well, this has taken us an hour and a half, so I'm going to suggest we save the concept again.
Yeah, well, it looks like a cool concept, and I love the art of it and things. I say we save it because I don't think... Well, though we've predicted, we hope we'll get this... wouldn't it be great if there was a event that'd be popping up for Christmas? It's going. I don't think there will be.
Yeah.
So we're going to need stuff to talk about now, because that's it till...
January?
April.
Oh, what, in terms of content?
Yeah.
Oh, it could be.
I'm guessing April.
I'm going to say March.
I'm guessing April.
I'm going to say March.
I think it's going to be in April.
I'm going to say it's March.
Well, let's go from history. January's a wash. We both know January's an absolute wash. We might not even get a dev stream, even just to like...
No, they'll do a dev stream. End of January, there'll be a dev stream.
Yeah, it'll be like the literal last point of January, and then it'll be kind of like, oh, yeah, we're no longer hungover, and we're going to do stuff in 2023 with Warframe, and like, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they may announce TennoCon. That's
true.
I don't know how Canada's actually dealing with COVID these days. How's it doing?
In and out outbreaks.
Yeah, but is it like has it rejoined the sanity of the rest of the world and been like?
For the most part, I believe it has. Yeah.
I mean, look at the World Cup. At this point, it's like, right, you can have the World Cup, but you can't have TennoCon. It'd be like, come on.
I mean, not to throw shade or anything like that. I honestly don't know if I'll be able to afford to go to TennoCon next year, only because we're going to Japan. That's gonna like, oh, all my money's gone. I wonder why. So right, but I mean, here's hoping that there'll be the in-person convention. I think that would help a lot with the game and things. More in-person events and things.
I feel that the TennoCon just had more when it was in person. They did more. The panels were more meaty, and they said more, and it was a better atmosphere in the panel than when it's like, oh, we have to do this online. How many did we do online? 3 so far? Is it 2 or 3?
Yeah, it's 3. Because it's 2020,
Wow.
2021, and 2022.
Wow.
And I think one of the biggest problems with a lot of the panels is that they have to do it off, basically it's pre-recorded and things like that. And there can't be any audience engagement. So it just makes it feel like, in front of a live studio audience, and then you just got laugh tracks.
You can tell the energy, or when they got to Tenno Live on, well, actually, because we actually get to see them, but we when the devs went up there for the live thing, Steve was always like, oh yeah, it's gonna be amazing. You could see him building up for the energy. You could look at the crowd and things. He'd take pictures, and they'd all get so excited. Whereas it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna, like the last one with the Deviri and the handover. You're like, oh, we're gonna do some stuff. Yeah. Maybe they won't do one this year. If they don't do this one year, maybe they'll do it next year, and they'll announce some
2024 Soulframe
stuff in 2024 alongside it. That may be what they do if they, because the new team's taking over Deviri, and they'll be like, okay, that's we'll see. But yeah, I'm still saying April.
Okay.
When do you think Deviri's releasing? Do you think Deviri? I'm thinking April. And I'm happy for it if it is April. Take the time, do it good, do it right, do it once.
If you were going to go April, I would be of the mindset, delay it till June. Because
no. Well then, no. Deviri is the next content. Remember, it was promised for 20. It
doesn't mean that they can't delay it again.
Well, no, it doesn't. But
they've said it's going to be 2023, right?
Yeah. But
so,
if it's not next year's content, people will go mad.
True, but what would generate more hype?
If they do it in June,
if they do it just before TennoCon.
No. That's too. No, that would diminish it too much. You need some breathing room content. It's like for such a hype thing. I don't think
the big thing is if they do it for April or March, right?
Yeah.
What are they gonna have to be just before TennoCon? Because they love to do stuff.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I don't think they did this year.
I swear there was. I think it was just the 0.5 update for Angels of Zariman. Zariman was April.
Yeah, exactly. They'll do that. They'll do the 0.5 update for Deviri.
They could, but
if they were to delay Deviri's main launch till June, they can't. The game then they'd have to make another chop off patch and put something in it, because there's no way we're all going to sit here till June. The player numbers would be...
No, I completely agree with you. I do think that... I mean, I really hope that Lewis Prey... I would have liked to have seen more in Lewis Prey. That, if it was a case of, we can do this trailer, or we can do extra stuff, I really hope that it was a case of, like, no, let's do the extra stuff.
If that trailer was 3 people's work of animation team who really don't have anything else to do right now, and they did it at the end, they were like, hey, should we make a trailer? Let's make a quick trailer thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, they had nothing else to do. That's cool. Yeah, I love that. That's pretty fine. It would actually improve it to me, because I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, it was kind of as you say, an afterthought. And then we're like, yeah, we're just going to decide. It's like, it's fine, guys. That's good. Do more of that. Do more of that kind of stuff. If it was, though, a main idea, and it was like, oh, that took time away from other stuff, like you're saying, it's like, let's go to the other stuff.
Yeah.
It really wasn't worth it. I watched it again while we were chatting, and the guy comes in and says, where shall we hunt? And she just says Tallulah and chucks a card. It isn't like she looks around confused or anything. It's like, it just feels like she's like the Mad Hatter just saying in Futurama again, change places. It's just like she just went Lua, as equally she could have said Uranus. It's like, it didn't have any meaning. And then obviously then it's tried to fit in. You've got I've got the Lotus message up saying something like smelling possible treasure. When did she smell frost treasure?
Yeah. See, yeah.
The The Grenier Wernqueen ordered her troops to descend upon these newly exposed halls. They were instantly corrupted by its... No, she said nothing of the sort.
Yeah.
She went, Lua!
Yeah.
Hey! I said a word, and then I howled like a child, because I am one in brain, I think. Also, though, in this thing, it does say infiltrate the Uvarian and the Circulus, survive the corrupted, and we will reclaim those secrets together. Is there actually some cool, like, parts of the mission when we have...
I don't know.
Looked? I would hope there is. I would be so happy if there is. Sneaky side bits that we never knew about. Actual depth.
Right. Should we move on? Should we?
No, wallowing in mate.
You're wallowing in self-pity?
Yeah, I'll do
okay,
that.
Well, while you wallow, let's move on to the graphs. Right. Okay, so graphs for this week. Of course, I've gone and changed the bloody thing, haven't I? Of course I have. Right, so the first graph of this week is, do you think that all old Warframe events should be relivable as quests, even if it means a lot of work and maintenance for the game, or should they simply be Laverian entries with no impact on the game? And it is a dead 50-50 split.
Wow.
Yeah. I am honestly surprised. I wouldn't do quests. I just wouldn't, because I could easily envision that being such a huge amount of maintenance. I mean, hell, they took out the trials because it was, quote unquote, too much maintenance and kept on delaying updates.
That one, obviously we don't know the specifics, but that is quite a unique thing, seeing as that was the only 8-player content in the game, and so clearly was going to link into weird things. Whereas 4-player content probably wouldn't be as buggy, seeing as there's still more 4-player content in the game. Yeah,
but like the introduction of was it Slingstone, where they actually had all these different resources, or the event that was rebuilding the is it Strata, the Earth relay with girders and stuff like that, and this is why I'm like, just put a Laverian entry together. Come on.
Laverian, yeah, they should do Laverians.
Okay. The next graph we have is...
Though I don't want to... I do say Laverians are a poor way of doing it for new players. Like, hey, listen to these texts of each thing's read at you. It's like...
Don't have to if you don't want to.
Maybe like, if they took Laverians next level and put in, like, little holographic cutscenes.
Sure. Or they could just do YouTube videos and just tie it in, or they could do bloody anything. But the point is that
it's easier to do nothing.
It is easier to do nothing. But the problem is that, like, if it's a case of we're not getting any events because of the new players not being able to experience the old events, well, fuck, how have we managed to get on with our real lives?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so the next graph was, how do you feel about the decline of events in Warframe? 8% said neutral, 92% said negative.
Yeah. I think everyone agrees, even though most people wouldn't have experienced every event, and there's a load more events in the past than now.
Yeah.
They're just their absence is massively missed.
Yeah.
They were a better way of progressing the lore. They were a better way of delivering actual... They actually made sense for Warframe as Warframe is portrayed, with multiple Tenno instead of the one Tenno savior complex.
The next graph is...
I ain't gonna forget about that ever.
Huh?
I'm never gonna forgive that.
Which?
You are the special Tenno. You are the one Lotus came to. You are the one that the Stalker stalks. The ones the Queens wanted. The one that Umbra sorted. It's like, no, I just want to be Tenno to the right.
Yep.
I want to punch things. Hits things with guns.
Anyway, so the next one is, do you think the reply of there being no war in Warframe, sorry, in the new war, is accurate? Right? 25% said no, and 75% said yes. I'm on the yes.
Yes. Yeah. There is no war in the new war.
Yeah.
There was no new war. There was just the new Red War. There was just the new Destiny copy-pasted plot. I'm sorry, it is.
I still say it's done better than the Red War.
say so. I'd say yes and no for bits, and those are the bits the Red War does better. I think the climactic finale of the Red War was better than the way the New War did it.
Giant space jizz Gary decides to get disintegrated by the orb.
Yeah, but it was the Traveller Awakening, and then that led on to the next piece of plot, rather than just the Lotus kissed him and then he died, and then, oh, that's the Tower Man, and he's not, and he's in the Lotus, and he's corrupted the Lotus or something, who knows, whatever, moving on. We're never going to talk about this again. Instead of like, oh, look, the Black Pyramids are coming now. Leave it at that.
Agree to disagree. Moving on. So.
Oh, and also, I like that when Gary became the giant thing, it was clearly like, this is now giant jizz Gary out of our hands. It's something beyond the scope of us. We could never deal with this, and thus it gets dealt for.
Well, it's only something that we can't deal with because we don't have a big enough Kleenex.
Yeah, exactly.
I was expecting you to laugh. But also, I'm sorry, but the narrative of Destiny is so convoluted.
No, the narrative and the characters and everything. But but the beats were the same as the problem. The beats, the raw beats.
If you're talking about beats, I ended up watching a movie last night called Troll. It's a Norwegian film. No word of a lie, it's beat for beat the same as the 1998 Godzilla movie.
Interesting.
Yeah, I was just like, this is just Godzilla. I'm enjoying it, but it's still just Godzilla, right?
I enjoyed Godzilla, so I'm enjoying this. But I could just go watch Godzilla again.
Yeah.
And it's got the amazing Frenchman in it.
Jean Reno, yeah.
Exactly, which makes everything better. So why am I not watching Godzilla?
Right. Okay. So moving on to the fourth. All right. Do you think that there is too many horizontal paths of progression? What the fudge? That's wrong numbers. 25% said no, and 67% said yes. Sorry, 20. Oh wait, I reckon there should be a no in here as well. Right. Okay. 8% said no, 25% said no opinion, and 67% said yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's fine having so many horizontal paths of progression if they have a reason to exist. They don't. They don't have niches. They don't have unique traits. They don't have different game modes specifically really tied to them that is important.
I would say it's not a problem if they're not all at the start. I feel like that's one of the biggest failings, is the fact that so many of these horizontal paths of progression are right at the start of the game. If they're in the middle of the game, you've experienced more of the game, it wouldn't be nearly as bad.
If you say so. I think that'd be a thing to get into, but
let's keep going. Next, how do you feel about the idea that after 3 months of release a syndicate's daily cap should be increased by 25%, 50% after 6 months, 75% after 9, and removed altogether after a year? 17% said neutral, 25% said negative, and 58% said positive. Did anyone comment on this one?
Yeah, but they were kind of long and...
Okay. I'd be interested to know why people would say no.
There's I don't really remember anyone saying no. There's people who described it a bit, but not really a full explanation of no, I don't think.
Okay.
There's JJ24 actually, which we'll get to in the descriptions when we get to it.
Right. The next one is, how do you feel about... How do you feel about new players not being able to go to Fortuna until they've done a few bounties in Cetus? 17% said negative, 42% said neutral, and 42% said positive.
Yep.
Next.
Though I would say it kind of all works as a package, our rework. It doesn't...
Oh, yeah.
You couldn't... It doesn't really work if you just gate Cetus behind Fortuna behind Cetus with the current setup. That just feels weird. You'd go to Cetus, you'd be like, okay, yeah, I'll go onto the plains and do some bounties. It's like, well, what are you doing it for any of the bounty awards? Not really. You're just doing.
Oh no, but this is for new players. This isn't.
Yeah, but I meant that you have to remove that it's important that more important than just doing this, you also need to remove that daily cap.
Oh yeah, I completely agree with you. Right. The 7th question: when you start a new game, do you feel comfortable reaching out for support using the in-game chat system? 42% said no, and 58% said yes.
42% of you are my people. 58% of you, I salute you, and your bravery knows no bounds. Lead us on for great justice.
Yeah,
I applaud you. I'm not joking or being
no.
mean. People who can do that kind of stuff, you are the go-getters.
Right. And then the last question: how do you feel about the idea that after the prologue to the new war, there should be a substantial wait before new players are able to do the new war quest and subsequent content? Right. 17% said positive, 33% said neutral, and 50% said negative. I am surprised. I would expect the negative to be a lot higher.
How do you feel about the idea that after the prologue to New War, there should be a substantial wait before new players are able to do New War quest?
And the substantial. Sorry,
I don't like the idea of substantial wait, but it would be cool if they took.
Well, last week we were
stuff.
talking about 6 months, so.
Yeah, no.
We were.
No.
Yeah, we were.
We were talking about reworking the New War into something that took 6 months.
No. We were talking about after you do the prologue, 6 month wait, and then you can do the new war.
No, we weren't.
Yeah, we were.
I would say no immediately. What? With what? You did the prologue quest, and then a timer appears in game that you have to wait.
Yeah.
I would never have agreed to that.
I was talking about the opportunity to. No. It's quite possible that you didn't agree to it, but that's what the talking point we had was, right?
I would have yelled at you for being an idiot.
Right. The other point I had was
You're an idiot.
Why not have my point was not have basically eternalism, where basically it's the idea is that the players can then choose, like, okay, so you got the new war, you've got Nama everywhere, you're fighting the new war, blah blah blah, and then you can press the button to just conclude it all, right, and just get on with the new war, right? That you really hated.
That's stupid again.
Yeah.
Stop saying stupid things.
You were the one about the whole wait thing.
Yeah, no. My thing was
6 months.
Reworking the new war into something which was a 6-month event with unique stuff to it, where you had, as I recall, you returned to the normal star chart as an option, but through Eternalism you could go into it, so it was like a side thing, like the way the World of Warcraft does, say, the Undercity, where you can go back and use the Undercity or look at it, it's a broken state. And in mine, it's like you can still play with your friends in the normal solar system, but you can go into the new war solar system at that point, and then you can do your solo progression through it, which will take 6 months of play.
But the point was that you couldn't do any of the subsequent content. So you wouldn't be able to do Taviri or the Zariman or any of the new stuff.
But you can still do your Lotus alerts when they pop up. You can still play with your new friend who's working through the star chart, and you're teaching them Warframe. I don't want to lock you into something. I'm going to keep it separate, but make it that it was a cool thing to go through. I don't want to put a timer on the screen and go, you got to wait 6 months now. Ha 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 ha.
No,
guess what most people do? They
would quit. They just give up.
They quit. Yeah.
No, I'm fine with that. But
that was your idea.
No, for the love of God. I don't want to derail into this, right? It doesn't matter. The whole point was the wait. It doesn't matter if you can do other stuff at the same time, or you're just doing new war stuff. It's like the war stuff. The whole point was the wait. And you had
whatever
no
it is.
Over.
Yours is wrong, and everyone agrees with me.
What the fuck is your idea? Right.
No,
okay. That's
No. Not putting a bloody 6-month timer on the screen. Not at all.
It doesn't. Okay. So what are you gonna have when you're in the new war thing and you can't do the new war when you're in the war? So you just gotta. Yeah, you can't do the new war yet. Why? Oh.
New player logs in. Can they go do Deviri's Power? Oh no, that's a stupid one, isn't it? Because you will be able to.
Yes, you will.
New player that logs in. Can you do Lewis Prey?
You can before New War.
No, you can't. It's New War, isn't it?
No, it's War Within.
Oh yeah. But you still have to do War Within.
And?
Well, it's the same thing, isn't it? A new player can't get access to that right away.
But they're not time caps?
Well, I said 6 months of content. I didn't mean literally a timer on bloody screen 6 months.
What's 6 months of content?
It would have stuff for you to do every week. It would be dynamic content. So the war evolved, and you had to do things.
So half of Nora's mix then.
And because you would be rewarded with good rewards for it. It would be a proper war with stuff happening and stuff being rewarded and actually cool events, voice acted stuff. You would have tempting missions, maybe bonus objectives where if you did it, you'd shave off time on it. Like, oh yeah, if you do this mission well, you can, or X many times more, you can shave a week off because you gained us more resources in the war, or you fought really hard on this planet and you got it quicker, and thus you shaved off time. That's what I meant, not timer.
I feel that's just as bad. What about the players that have already done the new war? Can they go back and get the new stuff?
If they go do it, yeah, they can. But that it won't. That'd be easy for them because they could activate the new war, have the side thing, and yet they still have they have already completed new war, so they can do new quests as well. Mm-hmm. So they can do it at their own leisure.
Anyway, do you want me to re-ask the question?
No.
Apart from attempting to re-ask the question.
Because you're just... The question B, is Loz right and Xeno wrong? That's the question for the week.
Yeah, that's what I put.
Right?
That's what I put. That is what I would put.
No, you put a question on the screen that says, is Loz right and Xeno wrong? Yes, no, or why, Daddy, do you make me choose?
Fine. I will do my damnedest to remember that. Right, let's move on to the supporter questions.
Okay. Oh, can you pause for a sec? Because I don't have these up.
Oh, man.
Yet. Oh.
And we're back.
Woohoo! Right, so the Zerugal's point is this font is labeled Draco, and that's with a capital K in the middle of it. Okay. Before I read out the supporter questions, I just want to thank you for watching or listening to our podcast this far. Please hit that thumbs up button. Remember to answer the questions and leave a comment for us if there's anything you'd like to say. I also love the fact that Zerugal does change it up a bit. Like sometimes it's about reading every comment, so you can't just learn it. You have to try and read those words. I'm just curious. How does your brain do with these ones? I normally want to do try and do funny accents on it. I can't for this one because even my brain's struggling on this one.
Before I read out the surrounded questions, I just want to thank you for watching or just listening to our podcast. No, can I give up?
That's fine. Yeah, you went much further than I thought you did. Anyway, Zerugal says...
I want to say, like, the A's, the little, what's it, Among Us dudes.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm really curious, because I was really shocked when runes, you were just like, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. In fact, you read runes better than you read normal text.
Yeah. Honestly, font is, like, such a huge impact. Also, seriously, white on black is so much easier for me than anything else. You know, even white on grey is hard.
How do you like Dark Tide so far? I don't have it, but I'm wondering what you both think of it.
I'm just envisioning, like, it's like remembering all the events of Nazeth, like doing some random escapades. I mean, granted, I caused some of them, you've caused some of them, but like, Nazeth, where the fuck are you? I'm doing the scanning.
No, it was worse than that. It was. Oh my god, I'm down. Okay, don't worry, I'll come get you. Oh, the puppy's down. Okay, we're fighting this thing. Okay, I'm gonna. Oh, it's really hard.
No, I'm
Okay,
down.
I'm down. Naz, where are you? Looks the screen. You can see your ally through a wall, and you can just see his
He's
Ogren just like
miles
looking down
away.
at an Orplex playing a mile away, going, "I was just scanning." It's like we asked for help. What were you? No, I was told to scan. This is by the NPC in the mission.
Yeah.
Like, scan the target. So Naz just took that as verbatim. He has to go do that now and not help his team by being a mile away. Oh, I've got to scan. I'm down.
Oh my god.
No, my favourite one, which is not recorded, is when you foresaw a demon host and you gave this really organic, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
It was so good. So if that explains to you, we are loving Darktide.
Yeah.
I'm hoping, again, that this is a platform that they will build upon, and there's obviously so much potential they have. But it does feel, and I was thinking, I've watched some reviews of it, yeah, it does feel a little bit safe, and it will get quite samey, but you have to work through that and just enjoy each event as it is. You know, sometimes you're going to fail, sometimes succeed. If you are finding it too easy, just knock it up a difficulty. And
oh god, yeah.
Yeah.
Huge
I do feel that I played Vermintide 1. I'd never played Vermintide 2, which I think I was silly of, because I think that was probably like them hitting a really good point. But I did feel in Vermintide 1, it was so... You only got rewards from finishing missions. Sometimes if you just failed, it felt like you didn't do anything. Whereas in this, you know, you can still upgrade and get stuff by just repeating the level 1 missions, you know, through the vendor. And you when you fail, you do still get points and things. So it does feel not as difficult. So, you know, it encourages you to actually step into those bigger difficulties, and they do feel like massive jumps. They do. So, so I think we are loving it.
We are.
Oh, the classes do feel a little bit. I mean, I would say the marksman needs more. The psyker feels like he's got some cool stuff to it, and you can just swap staff out and like, right now I'm going to play this completely differently, like loads of different things. You know, you've got options of like force lightning or
no, I
flamethrower spell. You know,
I did start I did like the sharpshooter a lot more when I didn't have the piddling default sword, right? The default weapon types are awful but I mean it's supposed to encourage you to.
That's a spade, but
oh no, I'm talking about like the default. Is it Death Blade or something like that? I can't remember. They're bad. Get a chainsaw. Get a chainsaw, and you're like, yep, I'm on this. I got this.
Okay, yeah, weapons do improve it, but I still feel it's just but you can get the chainsaw with the preacher. I think that even can the psyker not get chainswords?
Yeah, I can.
So that's not really to do with the range.
No, but I'm also down for like the big thing about the sharpshooter or the veteran is the fact that you have so much more ammo. So you're not constantly like starved for ammo.
I don't think you do. That's based on the weapon.
40% extra ammo. It's one of your stats.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's it. 40% extra ammo and the stupid F ability or whatever ability is that highlights.
Oh, the stupid F ability is crap. No, the F ability.
That's what I mean. Is that it needs more ability wise. It just feels so.
But like some of
the hilarious.
But some of the talents are things like, you know, I can generate you toughness in melee range if I'm shooting an enemy. Right,
but it doesn't. That's great and all, and useful for a team, but it doesn't make you feel amazing.
Yeah, but you're supposed to be playing it in a team.
I know, but what I mean is the classes do feel a bit meh. I just feel they want more to it. You know, Vermintide 2, the classes have subclasses.
Ooh.
So like you can be a fire mage, and then you can sub into different types of fire mage and things like that.
Ooh.
So maybe that's what I mean is that hopefully this is a platform that they have done. I do feel they've done a really good job of even listening to the beta since we were playing of improving the UI and making improvements. So if they're going to keep this kind of momentum up, I'll be like, I might even consider buying some more cosmetics to keep the game going. I'm like, wow, if this is the kind of progress they can make, cool. There we go. So we're enjoying it. We're really enjoying it.
Yep.
Nazareth, have you tried? Ghost Turkey Christmas.
No, tree. It's a Christmas tree. It's verbatim. It's a Christmas tree.
Okay, yeah. Well, Ghost with his tongue stuck out, turkey sitting aimlessly, and Christmas tree Nazareth. Today at 1931. Have you tried out the new game mode yet? Are you waiting for any bugs to get shaken out of it?
I have tried the game mode. I kind of put it down. I'd like it to get improved.
Did you expect more?
I did.
Right. When DE do things like reduce the number of ammo drops or health orb drops, should they take into consideration how it will affect abilities like explosive legerdemain. What's legerdemain?
What in the who?
I don't know what that is. Oh, we'll look it up on the wiki.
I'm just going to say yes. Let's move on.
Lewis Spray says the Grendel changes have gone live. Oh, and you're ready too, I suppose. With the massive boost to his utility, mobility, and energy economy, how does it feel to have yet another even tankier, even more damaging, and even better team healing frame than Oberon?
Shut up.
We finally get to play around with Varuna. We got some really nice lore in Oliverian, and as far as fun, aggressive, melee-based frames go, I know that a lot of people are enjoying her. However, are you, like myself, going to join Triburius in his campaign to unnerf her booba?
That's who I saw it from. Sure, why not?
I was just actually clicking through the fan art. Is it really that much of a? I mean, is it size wise? I mean, how can you tell from? I mean, is it really? I mean, maybe Tiberius will put a video out which will explain and give comparisons to let us know. I don't know, cup size versus angle versus this relative height, and then you can work out. I don't know. Anyway, explosive legerdemain is a Mirage augment mod. Sleight of hand augment, ammo and orb drop pickups are turned into proximity mines that deal 1,000 damage with a 100% status chance.
Okay.
So Nazar's saying when they make changes to things like what that mod affects, should they consider that mod?
Yes.
But I agree, they should consider it, but they shouldn't make their changes exclusively to keep that one mod working.
Yes.
Yes. Right, that's it for those.
Cool. And now it is time to move on to the responses from last week. Oh, I need to turn that off.
Leroy Jenkins says, filled out the form before watching, so I see this is going to be a spicy episode. Is it spicy?
Last week was quite spicy.
Oh, wow. Ryan Swartz says, I forgot to comment last week. The Towforge stuff could rotate between vendors, keep players coming back to a different game mode, e.g. Steel Path, then Arbitration, then Barrow. If Towforge comes to Barrow, it'll be the most exciting thing he brought since Prime Chamber.
Fair.
I actually think that could work. It'd be like one shard at a time, and it would swap maybe once a month. But I think that could be cool. And I would love things in the game. Do you remember? I think they were going to try at one point. They didn't even say they were going to put like a system in to encourage you to do different game modes on the star chart, one after the other.
Oh God, yeah, I remember that. Now you said it.
Yeah, and maybe also different tile sets as well.
Because that was a big part of Heroes of the Storm, and it made me think of that because Heroes of the Storm was like, oh, go play like a Warcraft character, and then another one would be like, go play a tank character. I was like, oh, okay, I'll play Arthas. Oh wow, I really like Arthas.
I'm enjoying this. Or like you say, it'd be like, go play a Diablo character. You're like, oh, okay, I've only got this character. Oh wait, the rotations actually unlock this for me this week. I've not tried that. I'll go try that character. I like this character. I'll play Deckard Cain. Something like that. Next one, EGS Cross Insanity, topic 2. Every time I hear remove the daily cap for old world content, I say cheers! The best credit farm is locked behind max rank Fortuna. The best amp pieces are locked behind a separate grind, realistically locked behind another 5 ranks of another faction, locked behind max Fortuna! Zors, some of the best melee weapons, both utility-wise and occasional melee class-wise, are locked behind various ranks that'll take a new player days to grind and build. Yeah, I honestly, at this point, just do it. Do they really have some crazy... I know they don't. But do they have some crazy perversion be like, yes, good. We have now so much content in our game that a new player joining it will take 200 days to complete. No, they don't. And I think they haven't considered it. And I really think they should.
Yeah, that's all it is. That's all it comes down to.
Thrombus Void Shell. I forgot to comment. I remember this was a long episode. Had me listening for a few hours. I find it impressive that you guys have been playing longer than I have, but you can talk about the game with such passion. I love Warframe, but after a few years, I don't know. I'm just not excited for even newer things coming out. The ups and downs seem normal.
Fair.
I do as well, but I think part of it is events. I loved events. They felt, even Scarlet Spear. Yeah, Scarlet Spear. It did give me a bit of a surge, and Orphix Venom as well. Those were great. I just And now remembering, we actually did do a fair bit for Orphix Venom. In fact, I wanted to do more, and I look back and think, I wish I did more. It's so good. But that's kind of removed a bit of it. But even I feel I've gone down in enthusiasm for the game. We might still talk with passion, but I used to have so much more passion. I remember early days, and I didn't play for a weekend, and I was like, oh god, I can't wait till I get back. I was living Banshee at the time. I was like, I can't wait to do. I was going to just do Corpus Outpost defense missions with just like Banshee leveling it. I was like, oh, I can't wait to get home and do that. Oh yeah, that'd be so much fun. Now, or like the hiding up in the gantries of the what's that defense tile? Zinni? Was it Zinni? The old Zinni? I had up at the gantry with my Banshee shooting things from above. I could.
Was that before they removed that?
Yeah, I'm talking about the old Zinni.
Because they made it so that old Zinni, you couldn't get on top of it anymore. They lowered down the alpha. They lowered down the ceiling so you couldn't get on top of the tippy top of it. So unless you're talking about something else.
I can't remember. But it's still. It was the void, the Corpus defense tile in space, the one that was on the spaceship.
Yeah.
Is that me? Yeah, there was gantries you could get up to. I remember for quite a while.
No, but they. Oh,
maybe it's before then.
No, I'm thinking of the ones higher than that they actually lowered the ceiling for.
Moving on. JJ24. Okay, yeah, this is what I wanted to bring up. So, I voted negative, just removing the caps because I believe players will just run into the debt bonds on Fortuna and quit out of frustration.
I don't understand.
No. I also voted negative on making CSS a prerequisite because we just go back to step 1 of time gating the open worlds again effectively.
Only for new players.
It was only for new players. It was a small amount as well. You just wanted them to do a few bounties, and then it kind of pointed them.
Yeah, like it's the problem is, right? Like Dave even turned around and said, or what was his name? Josh Strike Hayes, and he said Strike Hayes. He turned around and highlighted the fact that there's an achievement for just doing 2 hours of the game. And it's something like 50% of the people that have played Warframe have not even done that, right? It won't take you 2 hours to complete Vor's prize, but if you get to completing Vor's prize and then you're like, what the fuck do I do now? That's the thing we are trying to mitigate. We don't want players to turn around and go, what the fuck do I do now? And we are all coming from a position of, we have played for so long, we don't have that new player perspective. We need to take what people are doing and address the situation that way. Even Steve turned around and said, like, what was it? He doesn't want people to have access to the mailbox for the first, I don't know how many points of the game, because again, you start up the game, you've completed Vor's prize, and then you're getting messages off the mailbox, and like, you could get like a dozen or so messages, and you're like, what the fuck is all this? It needs to be a smoother course of progression, and this is why horizontal progression so early on can be so overwhelming to players, right?
Unstructured horizontal progression. Like if it was okay, we're going to do this bit now, and then we're going to show you a little bit of this bit, and then we're going to show you, like, handhold through some horizontal progression. It would at least be structured. It would be something.
I'd still argue that it would be damaging, only because players aren't necessarily... They're going to be taking so much in. At some point in time, they're going to start forgetting stuff.
At least it's organised what you're... Yeah. But at least it's sort of doing a little bit, rather than instead of how it is now, which is like, here's all these horizontal paths in front of you, and you're like...
Yeah. Like whenever
I'm saying it's better.
Oh yeah. Whenever I'm like teaching anyone stuff at my work, I will not go beyond 50 minutes, right? If it's going to take more than 50 minutes, we have at least a 15-minute break, right?
Yeah.
Because they're just not going to take it in if I just keep talking at them.
Yep. By the way, there's a little bit more to JJ24's point.
Sure.
So that was I also negative on world. With the caps removed, a player likely can complete Ostrons in under 2 hours. The standing alone probably can take 50 minutes. The materials all can be farmed from thumpers, especially after knowing how to force spawn them. Fortuna, on the other hand, I don't know how long it will take because the debt bond RNG is really bad. Even without the caps, you are gated by what ticker sells and what is dropped from bounties. The standing cap isn't the issue there. It's the rank up materials for both Solaris and Voxelaris. RNG will be there because RNG there will really cause burnout. I would prefer a change where you can use bonds to buy other bonds to be included before I agree to the standing cap removal.
But the problem,
you would adjust. Just we're not just saying standing cap removal and no other like changes. Yeah, you want to have a look at things like the rank up materials. It wouldn't just be like, oh yeah, now it's like, oh, why am I having to take forever to do these? Why am I farming these things for debt bonds? Yeah, those like the high ranking debt bonds. Yeah, let's knock that out, especially for the first Fortuna rep. Yeah, I'm not just saying one, not other changes.
But I mean, regardless of that, you could still get rep without doing the debt bonds, as far as I'm aware, because
I just handed in gems.
You get debt bonds from doing the missions, if memory serves. Like, it's not like a ticket system like it is on Deimos, but again, the whole point is you're playing it from a perspective of having done this content. Yeah. We're talking about players that don't know how to do this content. They're going to be starting off like what is can we easily find out what the lowest daily cap is?
Okay, hang on. I could probably do that. Yes.
Daily cap. Standing.
Each player has a daily standing limit set from each syndicate that starts with 16,000 and increases an extra 500 each mastery rank. A mastery rank 10 player will have a standing of 21,000 daily limit.
Right. Okay. So we're talking about players that are going to have a 16k starting amount, right? They're not going to know what they're doing, and if they're constantly having to come back, it is damaging. It's confusing. Why am I being? I just want to play the game. So we're only looking at this from the perspective of new players.
Yep.
Do you have anything to add?
No, I was just trying to think, mate. We'd love to add up how long. There's some points in it that JJ24 said that I just don't agree with. With the caps removed, a player likely can complete Ostrons in under 2 hours. Remember, they don't have mods. They have barely few mods. They're going to have barely any few weapons. They're going to be like,
they're not going to be doing tier 5 bounties, right?
Yeah.
They're going to be doing like tier 1 tops. It's they're not MR30, they're not MR20, they are MR0, right?
As a challenge to JJ24, if they want to take, say, 3 hours of their life to give it a go, make a new account, do Vor's Prize, which is about an hour, and then go get to Ostrons, which is right there, and see if you can get it done. How much rep can you, in theory, gain in 2 hours? I know you might hit the cap, but you can easily work out how much a bounty is worth if you can manage to do in 2 hours enough bounties, because you can work out how much the bounty is worth from the level and what thing. How much is done. Repeat the same bounty. If you can do that enough bounties in 2 hours to max out the cap, fair enough. But I doubt that's possible.
Fresh
and
account,
standing alone will take 50 minutes. The materials farmed from thumpers, especially after knowing how to force spawn them. So a new player is going to just learning from playing, going to learn how to force spawn them. Unlikely.
Well, not just that. Are they even going to bloody see a thumper?
Or can they kill a thumper with starting gear?
Probably not.
No, especially not the higher tier ones. It's going to be the base level one, which is not going to have all the rewards they're thinking of.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure on that J24, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see what people think. Anyway, let us move on.
Actually, one final point I want to add in, right? We're talking about this stuff only for new players. If this was introduced to, like, hey, we're bringing in Fortuna, brand new experience, but you will have to have done a couple of bounties in Cetus. Well, fucking Cetus has been out for over a year. Everyone's gonna fucking done a couple of bounties. It's only the new players that this is going to apply to.
Yeah.
Right? That's the important part. It's the new players that we care about.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope.
No more replies from anyone? Okay, let's move on to the memes.
Okay, these memes come from the r/meme frame subreddit. They are all linked in the description of this video. Do check them out, along with the secret meme of this week, which isn't a video this week. It is even better. And I wish I could have I was tempted to make the entire memes about what is the secret meme of the week. So do check out the secret meme of the week. What it is, if people don't know, I think it's 12 images or 12 memes in a row. It's the Rick and Morty, what the robot that comes up and says, "What is my purpose?" But with different Warframe heads. And so Rick tells each Warframe what their purpose is.
I want to look at this now. Okay, let's go.
Pause or have a
okay, yeah, fine. I'm gonna have a. Oh, let's pause. Pausing. Yep. Okay, those were good. Yep.
That's brilliant memes.
Worth it.
Brilliant secret meme of the week.
Worth it.
Yep. As you can tell from Xeno's happy voice, he really enjoyed that. So do check out in the description the secret meme of the week. It is worth it. It definitely is. But let's go through the 6 memes I picked for you this week. So meme number 1.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Runa expectation.
Okay.
Versus reality. Not on the carpet.
Okay. Yep.
Meme number 2.
What?
Cetus Wisp has discovered cat Earth theory.
Oh my god.
Yeah, can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Meme number 3.
Oh, whoops.
Oh, it's broken.
I thought I fixed that. Yep.
Grendel getting the love he needs. Hope Hydroid gets the rework he desperately needs. Grendel, before Lure's Prey, has the ability to Thanos snap enemies, but drains his energy a lot. Second ability augment is the only thing that's worth it. Turns into a ball, but is hard to control. Get in my belly!
Yeah.
Grendel, after Lure's Prey. 100% armor strip, 1,000 armor, regenerates health 24/7, gives enemies Nurgle's blessing, has dreams of becoming the next Sonic, is a literal tank. I want to play this thing. This is amazing.
I just love the fact that it's a meatball with a turret on top.
Yep, is a literal tank.
Okay. Was that 2?
That was 3. That's gone to 4.
Oh, okay. 4? 4? Why no 4?
4 also broken.
4? 4 is 3? I'm confused.
4 is broken. There's 4. It's done. It's finally done. Kif, I've completed the Wave Rider quest. Inform the men.
I did see this one. Yeah, this is a good one.
Then number 5. In honor of Grendel's rework. Grendel, consumer of 5 guys and nothing else.
Yeah, that's good. And number 6.
And meme number 6. We're in danger. Recent leaks show FBI uses player data to predict future sociopaths based on how players treat NPCs in games like Fallout and Skyrim. Oof. Hope you all were nice to the local Grineer regiment.
Oof. Right. Oh, that was all good. Right. Okay, well, that is it for the memes. I don't know if Loz said it, but you can find them all on the r/. Okay, well, I'm going to say it again. You can find them all on the r/meme frame subreddit. There are some great gems on there. So let's
on a daily basis. So if you ever just want to check out what just go new. I mean, obviously I've shown 6, but each week there could be 60 plus memes made. I've only just picking the top 6 and maybe one video or one of the memes for the secret meme. So do check it out. There is some good stuff on there. There really is. I'm only just giving you a fraction of it.
So let's move on to the community shoutouts. So the first community shoutout is this war chewing up the weak and innocent. No one stands up for them but Steel Meridian by Hamberry. So we got Cressatal.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Second, we have Varuna takes her wolves for a walk, a float. By Jorial. She looks so happy.
Oh, it's so good.
The third community shout out. Mental note. I got nothing. Yeah, I'll fix these. Right, okay. The third community shout out is Chibi Worm Queen and Ball Queen by Dasta Creations.
She is happy to play with her cards.
Yep. The fourth community shout out is Sarin Prime by Debbie Sheen. This was a commission piece for. Oh crap! Who was it for? You should say.
Mura Casadis.
There you go. The fifth community shout out, Dumb Chicken Man by Gorp.
Dumpy Chicken Man.
Oh, I thought it was Dumb. Sorry, yes.
Dumpy
Chicken Man by Gorp.
Yep.
Yep. And then, last but not least, the sixth community shout out is they're buffing the Meat Man by Gorp.
Yep. They buffed the Meat Man.
Yep. So that is it for the community shout outs. That is it for this week's episode. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening. Don't forget to vote in the polls and things. And that question that Loz proposed will be there. With no context.
You will all vote Loz is right, because Loz is.
No, there's three options. You know they're going to go for the dumb meme option.
I know they're going to go for don't make me choose, Daddy.
I realised I spelled it wrong. Right.
Or why do you make me choose, Daddy?
Too late. All right. So that's it for this week's episode. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening, and we will see you next week.
That should be an outro. You haven't got an outro. There we go. That's an outro.
Yeah, I was doing it.
You've got to give time for the Patreon names. Look at these Patreon names.
I was doing it.
Is there a link to the description to your Patreon? There should be a link.
Yeah, there is.
Patreon. Oh, good. People should do that. It helps support the shows. It really does.
It does.
In fact, all the money goes to the shows, doesn't it? You just.
Yep.
It's all
None of it comes to me.
Yeah. He got enough money. He does his job.
That is a job.
Yeah. Well, bye everyone. See you next week. And that's it for. Maybe that might be it for Warframe content for the rest of the. Fingers crossed. There's more.
Dream for an event. Bye everyone.
That would be a Christmas miracle. All right.
Bye everyone.
Bye bye.